Welcome to the most important battle of the Third Age of Middle-earth and its commanders.
We play and call it work.
Welcome everybody to the Battle of Pellenor Fields. Outside the white walls of Minas Tirith, there are 6 major participants in this battle, one of them being the forces of Mordor. It will be led by Gothmog and the Witch King of Angmar, who will make an appearance later in the battle. This is the initial charge of the Rohirrim, so we'll see the other participants later on. Speaking of the Rohirrim, Rohan is a second factor in this one. They deploy along the short table edge here, and there are many of them. We have the Easterlings, led by Amdur, the Lord of Blades, as well as the forces of Khand, led by, well, a king on a chariot. And then we have the Grey Company, led by Aragorn and his companions, Gimli and Legolas. We have some elements here from the novels and some from the movies. We have the Rangers, with Aragorn's companion Halbarad carrying the banner of Arwen Evenstar. And then we have the clansmen of Lamdalon, or Lamedon, I mean. Currently dealing with the Mordor forces inside the walls of Minas Tirith will be Prince Imrahil of Dol Amroth, leading a contingent of forces of Gondor who will sally forth after the first turn of the game. You'll see them very shortly. And of course, as everyone might be aware, we have many Mumaks from Harad who will be making a thundering approach as we progress through this game. They will be showing up on this backfield edge. Again, I mentioned earlier, we are playing a near 10,000 point game of Middle-earth strategy battle game today. Much more than the scenario calls for, and yet we have a hard time filling out the 8-foot by 6-foot board here. Some rules to note for the Rohirrim. This is the craziest one, so I wanted to point this out. Every single model, warrior and hero included, may declare a hero combat in a turn in which they charged at a cost of 0 might. They are going to be a blender through the middle of this battlefield. Unfortunately, they are going to eat the brunt of the Mumaks when they arrive. Any other special rules? Essentially just cover when reinforcing units show up and where they show up, but we'll go over that when it's relevant. There are 6 major objectives in today's battle. The first one is Heroes of the West. There are 7 key heroes on the forces of good. Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli, King Theoden and his heir Eomer, Prince Imrahil and Hurin the Tall of Gondor. If more of them are alive by the end of the game than dead, that is a victory point to good, and then you just change it up for evil. If they kill more, then they get the point instead. And the same is true for the servants of the Dark Lord. There are 7 key individual leading his dark forces into battle. Without them, you better believe they're going to buckle and run to the mountains. Starting off, we have the Witch King of Angmar, and then Gothmog, Lieutenant of Sauron. We have the Mumak War Leader, as well as Suladan, the Golden King, Amdur, and the Khandish King on the chariot. If more of them are dead than there are alive, that will go to the forces of good. And then the same is true for evil on the reverse. And then, of course, we have the Mumakil. These massive war beasts thunder across the Pelennor. If they cannot be brought down, they will spell doom for the forces of good. They need to kill 3 out of 5 of these Mumakil to claim this objective. Anything less, and that point goes to the side of evil. The gates of Minas Tirith must not fall should Sauron's forces funnel into it. That will spell the doom of the city. At the end of the game, if there are more enemy models or evil models within 12 of the gate than there are good models, evil claims that objective, and you better believe if good has more there, they will claim the objective instead. The 6th and final objective of the battle is, the battle for the Pelennor Fields themselves. There are 4 objectives that you can see here, and each one kind of matters. Whichever force controls the majority of these 4 points of interest will claim this objective. And of course, whoever has the most objectives claimed at the end of this massive battle, well, that force wins this game, don't they? With all of that said and done, all of the forces are deployed. We are ready to play this game, aren't we, lads? Yes. Woo! Well, why are you standing around for? We don't have all day. Get on it. Go, go, go. Come on, go. Since this is a narrative game, the forces of good will have priority in the first round, and we're going to have a heroic march called from Aragorn.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean and I'm commanding the Rohan today, and my goal is simple: kill everything on the field and charge ahead. I've got a lot of Easterlings and Orcs in front of me, and it's going to be a good time.
Hey, I'm Tim. You've seen me on the channel a few times. I'm back with the Ghosts and the 3 Hunters for the Grey Company. Plan here is sort of just move everything melee focused up, get the bows in a good position, and then probably unload arrows for a couple turns before committing them to combat.
Hi, I'm Jaden. I am running the Fiefdoms in Gondor. My first turn movement is pretty much just coming onto the board so I can charge ahead and kill some orcs.
Hey guys, I'm Kyle. I'm going to be looking after Mordor today. And the plan here is just to get aggressive, really stop Rohan coming in from the side and stop the Knights of Dol Amroth from coming in and powering through me.
Hi guys, my name's John. I'll be running the Easterlings and Khan forces. The idea right now is to try and just wrap around the rocks and try and get into the battle as quickly as possible with the Khan. The Easterlings have had to reform my line, and I'm going to just try and plow into the Rohan and stop them charging. So I just have 2 shots, one with my Khandish chariot and one with the Khandish king. The other one's out of range. So I'm just going to be shooting at the Army of the Dead, try and get a couple of them down straight away. So just with the chariot first, needing a 4 to hit because I don't think they get a movement penalty. That's a miss. And then the Khandish king, needing a 4 again. That's out of the trade, but that's a 3, so they both miss.
And that is literally it for the first round, everyone. We are going to move on to round 2, where we're going to roll for priority. We're going to roll priority. Go ahead, boys. Green's the good die, so it's going to be good going priority. John failed us. Well, I guess I'm technically on the good side of things. No heroic actions across this entire 10,000 point game in the second round. We're going to go right to movement.
So Rohan, just charging forward again. Things have come closer to me, which makes it both good and bad, but we've got some throwing spears before that.
All right, so Grey Company, if it has a bow, it stood still. Everything else just kind of moved up. Clansmen moving around to go with Khand. Horses going around, sort of try to charge the flank of the orcs. Otherwise, characters are going to get into the thick of it.
We're fighting on 3 fronts, so we just want to get in there, start killing, and just start taking out the enemy.
So I've moved up my ranks up to the front line of the Rohan horsemen, hoping next time for a heroic move to just stop some cavalry charges, and I have my cavalry second rank ready for counter charges to try and negate some cavalry charges in case they charge me.
And to summarize the shooting phase, Gimli absolutely thumped a Morannon orc with a throwing axe and took him out, and one of the rangers helped out. Only 2 casualties on this side for shooting. The Gondor side of things, the Black Root Vale archers, I landed no hits or kills, but there's a lot of allies in the way. It makes sense. On to the third front that Mordor is fighting on. One Morannon eats a throwing spear to the face and is slain. And then we had one very upsetting throw over here from no one else but Elfhelm. Where the heck is he? There he is. Elfhelm threw his spear at Amdur, the Lord of Blades, and killed his horse. John, if you could be so kind as to remove him. That is the first upset of our game. Throwing spear expertise yet again rears its ugly face. That's it for shooting. We're gonna go to combat. Did forget to go over the con shooting. They accomplished 0. Now we go to combat. Now between the Morannons and the Ghosts, they won the fights but did not connect any wounds. That was where the lines clashed only, though. That is the second round done. We're going to go to the third round, which is obviously going to be a little spicy, as we have 3 major fronts we have to resolve. And calling a heroic move on one front is good and all. That means the other player is going to get to resolve theirs on the other 2. And it has 3 natural fronts. That means one side is going to get 2 and one's only going to get 1. All right, priority for the third round. Let's see them. Boom. 4 for evil. Gondor gets the priority, or good gets the priority. So we have a record 8 heroic moves called. The first one was from John. Which one? Who called the first one?
This Easterling captain.
Easterling captain there. Then we had a counter call with one of the Rohan characters.
And Elfhelm.
Elfhelm and Gambling. And then we had another Easterling one, another captain over there. That's 4 of them. Then we go to the gates of Minas Tirith with Prince Imrahil and his forces. I believe the captain here called the heroic move. with this orc. And then who countered? Imrahil counter called. And then we move on to this side. Who called the move for the forces of Mordor here?
Gothmog. Using Gothmog Enforcer.
Gothmog Enforcer, using him, that right? Makes sense. And then are we doing Eladan or Elro here? Eladan's going to counter call. We're going to roll off to see what order this nonsense happens in. All right, we got Easterlings rolling the red die and then Gondor die for good. Let's see. Good luck. 1 for Easterlings. The box has to be in the box. That's the rule. If we're going to use the box, it's got to stay in the box. 6. Oh, it's even better. So it's good. The first heroic move goes to good. And a fun fact, the Grey Company's entire force has a collective of 33 might available in this game. Every single ranger, all of the characters as well. Gothmog is currently frothing at the mouth for options.
Well, I think Elfhelm's going to have to go first. He gets more guys, and he's in an advantageous position.
And he earned it.
And he earned it after killing Amdur's horse.
This is Elfhelm's heroic move, and the evil side has decided to try and save the Easterlings and allow this captain to resolve his heroic move. So the captain goes in. Gambling is the name of the game here, and trying to stop all of the hero combats. And obviously, the next one is going to be Prince Imrahil resolving his heroic move, and he's going to call it with me as we get the heroic Dol Amroth charge over here. It was a very difficult decision between stopping the Dol Amroth charge or stopping the heroic combat charge, but I think that one is the right call over there. To no surprise, they charge headlong into the Morannon line, and 4 of them surround the troll, or the Mordor troll. A couple of them fail courage checks. That means we can go to the final heroic move for evil here, and there's going to be a lot of these throughout this game, I suspect. Charging into Gimli, charging into a ghost on a horse, into Aragorn and Elro here, and then just fighting a few more ghosts over here. And then that's kind of it for the heroic moves. Technically, we can resolve Eladans, but it's just goods movement now anyways. There was one more, well, yeah, we have to do Eladans from this orc Morannon captain here, forgot to talk about. It's going to mostly pull off some of the Knights of Dol Amroth, but we'll show you how everything else ends up moving. Sorry, that's actual Guritz. We use him for this scenario. There's actually quite a few named Morannon captains in this one. Just trying to support that troll chieftain as much as we can. And then it comes down to one of the last heroic moves, just Eladan resolving it, but then the rest of the good gets to move after that. After 8 heroic moves, we go on to the rest of the good forces moving. Essentially just picking fights, just kind of lining up good combats that are favorable for both sides. The rest of the Knights of Dol Amroth charging in, well, the few remaining there were. And then the Men of Gondor forming up a line behind them for when they inevitably open up some gaps. The rest of the forces of Rohan charging in to try and perform some free hero combats right through the forces of Mordor and the Easterlings. I should point out that Elfhelm got a totally sick extra kill when he did his heroic move in. Killed one more Easterling warrior with a spear. That's 2 for him so far. Well, kind of. Then the rest of the forces of Khand engage the clansmen and pass a few courage checks and get into some ghosts. For the shooting phase on both sides of things, obviously Rohan, Easterlings, and Mordor here are all tied up and no shots really were resolved. The Blackroot Vale archers didn't really have a lot of shots lined up, and we tried to volley from the warriors of Gondor into the chariots, but they caused no wounds. But that doesn't mean there wasn't any action. Gimli has a kill over Legolas, which means Legolas is a little bit more accurate. He put all 3 shots right into Gothmog, the lieutenant of Sauron, who took... What did he take? What happened there? 2 wounds? He took 2 wounds, and we faded one of them?
Faded 1 with a couple points of might.
He had to use 2 points of might to fade it, so he's sitting pretty at... That means he's sitting pretty with 2 remaining wounds and 1 might remaining. Now we get to go to the combat phase, and we have a lot of hero combats to call. Probably something like 30 technically, because every rider of Rohan and some of the Royal Guard we have here on the table get to call hero combats when they charge, including the characters on top of that for free. The guys marked with the elastics are the ones who did not charge. That means pretty much every other model will get to call one. And then we're going to look to see what evil hero is going to be calling us. I assume Amdur is calling a hero combat.
Oh, yeah.
In addition to Amdur calling a hero combat, instead of calling a combat with Elfhelm, he's going to call a heroic defense, which he has access to because he can kind of read the writing on the roll. To here in the tall, with Imrahil and the Knights of Dol Amroth, he's going to call a heroic strike because he suspects this troll might barge into him. He's going to protect him. I believe he's fight 5? Okay, yeah, he's fight 10-ish. And then we go to the Grey Company, and Aragorn is going to declare a hero combat. So yeah, just Aragorn over here. Gothmog ponders it, but he's not in combat to really utilize it. He's overseeing everything before him. Rolling out to see who gets to declare the first one. Oh, it's good. Tim is on fire. He won't stop losing these. Believe it or not, we're going to do the first hero combat with this Rider of Rohan fighting the Cataphract. All right, let's see how this one plays out. We're not going to show every hero combat up, but I want to do all the ones before all the heroes. So that's going to go to the Easterling. 5 to kill? Nope. Now we get to go to the first evil one with a character. We are going to come to Guritz fighting that Knight of Dol Amroth beside the troll. Is over here. I probably forgot to mention Guritz is calling a hero combat. We're going to resolve that. Is Goroth as well helping him out? Let's do Jaden's Knight of Dol Amroth. He did charge. He has 5 high. Lots of attacks here from Guile.
Gertz is in the green.
6, we win! And there is a reroll from Imrahil, but Goroth is fight 5, so it won't matter. And he's trapped. You may remove him. We didn't show it on camera, but that guy didn't stand a chance. And then they get to move. Gonna peel a few more Knights of Dol Amroth off that troll. Gurit's going over there. What's that one called again? Goroth. Goroth going for that knight. Gonna move on to Aragorn and see if we can cut up that Morannon orc.
So Aragorn will be fighting two-handed with Anduril and then a spear support in the back.
Boom, we got 4 high from the spear sword. Beats the 3 though. So he cut him down, no problem with Anduril. Actually, the ranger got a kill too. They just moved forward. Nothing too exciting. That leaves us with Amdur, the Lord of Blades, and his 1 Cataphract companion. All right, roll him up. Boom, 2. Looks like Amdur. Oh, 3! We win! See Amdur get that kill. What's his strength?
Is he trapped?
This guy can move.
Oh, that guy can move out of the way, yeah. 5 from the Lord of Blades. How about 3 kills? Yeah. Amdur is going to go for Elfhelm to get revenge for the horse earlier, who is currently heroic defensed, and then we have just that Cataphract fighting there. Then we have a bucket load of Rohan hero combats to do. We'll show you the end result. Okay, so we resolved all of the hero combats from the warriors and the heroes. Eomer goes like, this captain fought the rider off that was fighting it. Eomer killed the warrior, tried to fight the captain. They bounced off each other. And then just a lot of match fights across the board. In the end, Rohan lost 6 riders and the Easterlings simply lost a Cataphract in 2. As most of it was just shielding and pushing back. So buying time for the Mumak to arrive is the goal here. Now we are going to show off the Amdur fight against Elfhelm for vengeance because we just want to get rid of all the other ones around it. All right, let's see them, boys. Amdur is the higher fight. 6. And then we need 6 still because of heroic defense. So you rolled pretty hot earlier. Can you do it again? How about a wound? I assume Elfhelm would like to fate that. Yeah.
Are you going to might the 5 or no?
Oh, he could might the 5. No? All right. Elfhelm's fate. He is okay.
Is he trapped? He's not trapped, is he?
No, he was not trapped. And then coming over to here, there was a captain against Gambling. Is that captain dead?
No,
that's the captain there. Gotcha.
Won the fight by spending 2 might points.
Yeah, Gambling burned 2 might to roll 6.
I could have tied it, but I didn't want to waste the might point and not be able to heroic move next time.
Smart, I like that. Good call. And then we have a whole lot of fights to resolve over here. Then we move on to this, resolving all of these hero combats. To no surprise, the Morannons are slaughtered and moving up and fighting and killing even more. 3 riders go down, 4, 8, 10 Morannons go down. And then any Morannons with a little rubber band on them are just prone, just to make it a little bit cleaner. And then we're going to do this troll fight. If this troll wins on a 6. Oh, Kyle, you can't roll 6. Oh, rolled well enough, though. It's going to be 4 plus D3 inches in a straight line. Going to go right through those models. Let's see how far they go. Well, it's going to be 5. It's going to hit just those 2 models. This one is thrown.
Oh, do you have all the dismounts?
This one was thrown and gets killed on the impact of this rider. This rider is simply thrown and survives. Now, moving over to the fight near the gates of Minas Tirith, the lines of Dol Amroth, Gondor, and Mordor have clashed, and a lot of Morannons go down, but we did lose 2 of the Knights of Dol Amroth. And a surprise over here, this Knight of Dol Amroth was fighting Guritz, and one-shot him. He rolled 3 wounds on the win in the fight. And now we're going to resolve the Mordor troll versus that one. See this fight? Ooh, a 6 on the troll. We're going to rend him. We're going to rip him, pick him off his horse and rend him right in half. He is dead. Goodbye, Knight of Dol Amroth. We'll never see the likes of you again. And to the third front of this major conflict, one of the Riders of the Dead go down to that character. Yes, the Enforcer of Gothmog. Losing a few Morannon to no surprise. The elven characters and the heroes of the Grey Company just cleaving through the Morannon orcs. But we do lose a couple of Dead of Dunharrow, Warriors of the Dead, and 2 are knocked down by the Condish Riders. And then the clan and Con fight here, and it doesn't look like anything happened. It looks like we lost 1 clansman.
And these two.
Oh, and those 2 Condish warriors back there fell as well. And that is the end of our 3rd turn in this game. We're on to round 4 now. Okay, so we're gonna roll for priority. Tim's rolling for good until he loses. Oh,
it goes to me.
Oh, Evil gets it for once. Let's go. Tim can't roll anymore. I'd like to point out that gambling was down to 0 might from a move and 2 augments of a roll. He's gonna gain 1 refunded, and we're gonna just figure out how many heroic moves we want to call here. We know for a fact that the King of the Dead is gonna call a heroic move using using one of the pennants he has nearby. And then we come over to here where Imrahil will call a move, which is immediately countered by Goroth, right? Well, right beside him, actually, quite literally, those 2 models right there. And, of course, we have to do some counter calls and heroic moves over here. So we're going to have Gambling use his Fresh Might and who else? Elfhelm? And then just those 2, and you're going to counter call with...
The captain and the other captain.
Just the 2 captains there. Are they gassed out of Might then?
Yep.
That's it for them. All right, well...
They're 4.
Yeah, that's 4 over here.
So who are you calling with?
5, 6 over there. And then 7 heroic moves to resolve. We have to resolve the first one though. This Ranger of the North is gonna call a heroic move, and then Gothmog's Enforcer is gonna counter call that. So now we're at 9. Gothmog is the one calling it, but he gets to use the Enforcer's Will. It's very similar to the rule the King of the Dead gets for his penance. Okay, well, who's rolling to see who gets to do it first? Anyone know? No? No, no one, no, don't all volunteer at once.
I want those high hands. You go.
Come in.
All right, so it's gonna be John and Tim. Tim wanted his Gondor dice. And 5 for Gondor. All right, so we get to pick one of those 9 to resolve. Well, I guess they have 5. After some collaboration, Elfhelm will do the first heroic move of the 4th turn.
You did this. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Go. Don't you worry about it. That's going to affect all the riders up to over here. We're going to show you how they end up moving. So nothing too significant happened. Just picking interesting fights. Now, the one thing that did happen is this one random rider, Rohan, threw a spear and wounded the Lord of Blades. We didn't use any of his fate, though. We're just going to take the wound. He's got 2 remaining. And we come over to the next evil one. It was Goroth charging into Prince Imrahil, stopping his heroic move. He called it with me, and he did not call it with me. No. That was the only heroic move called over here, so we kind of quickly resolved the rest of evil movement because they have priority, just tying up the Knights of Dol Amroth. Really kind of cutting the momentum down to 0 here. We'll see how the combats play out, though, but every single knight, barring these... I guess there's 5 not engaged, but we'll see all the same. And we got here in the Tall all tied up. And now we move on to the heroic move from Theoden.
Gambling.
Oh, Gambling's heroic move. That's right. He called it because he's got that free one from the banner. He's back down to 0. If he lives, he'll get another one. Yeah. Gothmog's heroic move, just everyone's getting closer to him to protect him. Gothmog is one of the key characters on the side of evil, so we don't want him being cut in half by all these characters we're going to call hero combats. This chariot was within range. It just bounced right off the Rider of the Dead. And then we resolved the rest of the evil moves, which is mostly, again, just consolidating towards him. Evil is done moving. Sorry, we are resolving the last heroic move, and that was from...
This Ranger.
That Ranger and the King of the Dead. They are all done moving here. Now we go on to the rest of evil movement. The chariots are going right for the gates over there. And then we have a bunch of Condish warriors charging into the clansmen. Just colliding on the front line there. And then we just kind of lined up against the charging line of Rohan, trying to stop some of the Cav Chargers bonuses they get by matching them up with Cataphracts, and trying our best to save the Lord of Blades under his certain circumstances while getting to Elfhelm or Aelmir here. Now, we do have to move a few of these Mordor orcs and that troll, but nothing else is too consequential, so we'll come back to them and show off the rest of the good moves, because they're, not consequential. To figure out how they're going to support their Knights of Dol Amroth that are all tied up in combat. Finishing off their moves here, just a couple of Knights of Dol Amroth getting charges in, a third one over here, marked by the bands, to try and get a hero combat going with here in the Tall and help out Prince Imrahil. Lining up a lot of the archers to loose a volley into the Condish King and his chariot buddy there. And then we finalize some of the movement. The only significant thing is 3 of the riders got to charge in because they did not have a heroic move here. So all of this is like non-heroic combating. And the troll is lining up a hurl to go right through Durnhelm. Well, for shooting, the Blackroot Vale archers and the Gondorian archers, or the Gondor warriors, shot into the Condish King. And funny enough, 1 wound went through the Gondor soldiers, which we used to fade on. But that's an objective character, so he, that's 1 resource gone for him. And then, boy, Gothmog is under a lot of pressure over here, everybody. Legolas lined up 3 shots on a Gothmog. Actually, was it a ranger who took his mount out first? So Rangers lit up shots in the Gothmog, killed his mount, and then Legolas had 3 hits, killed the orc in front, and then wounded Gothmog by using a might point. So Gothmog has a single wound left, and Legolas is out of might. Legolas did get a kill, which means him and Gimli both have 1 kill and they're tied. Got a lot of hero combats. First and foremost, Aragorn is going to call one with Mighty Hero. And is anyone else going to call one?
So you're calling a heroic combat?
With Aragorn.
Yeah.
Gothmog is going to call a heroic strike. See if we can get his fight value up. He goes up by 1. That is, he's fight 6 currently, which is relevant-ish. Gothmog is gassed out of might after that. While Tim is deciding if he wants to go with Gimli or not, this Kondish chieftain, if I assume that guy there, is going to declare hero combat. Gotcha. Now to the forces of Gondor fighting Mordor. Jaden, what's going on here?
Imrahil is going to call a strike, and Huron is going to call heroic combat to try and save Imrahil from this troll.
Yeah, all right, let's see that strike. Let's see what value you get. You just want like a 2 or 3. Hey, that puts you at
9.
Yeah, that'll do it. Goroth was counting a counter strike.
So is that Imrahil's last point of mine?
Ooh, 2. That's not going to help. That means Goroth's down to 1. Imrahil's out of might. Huron has 1 might. Huron, not Huron. Every rider of Rohan that charged is calling a combat, but there's a few other clauses here as well.
So Durnhelm is going to call a combat to get out of the line of this potential
that's
pearl.
true.
And if that doesn't work, I'm going to send a couple Royal Guard into the troll with their heroic combats because they get them for free.
That's right, they charged.
And Daywine will get a free one because Theoden is in combat within 12 inches.
And he is the it's weird because they let you, well, yeah, that's a different conversation. But yeah, that's for the army comp I was going to talk about. It doesn't really matter. Over here, these guys all charged. Yeah, so they all got it. Now, what about Amdur?
Amdur's calling a heroic combat.
And how much might does he have left after that?
1 after that.
1 left after that. All right, well, we are going to roll out to see who gets the honor of doing the first combat. I'll accept the first 2 dice that hit this board. John, you're closest. Throw 1 for evil. 6 for evil. Jaden says 6. That's a reroll.
Come on.
Another one from downfield. Jaden, he threw it from like the other side of the table and landed perfectly in there. 4. 6.
Double 6.
Yeah. We really had the option of the chieftain or Amdur. We're going to go with Amdur. Lord of Blades is fighting 2 riders of Rohan. He's got 2 homies.
Charged you there. Oh no, you did charge me, yes, you're right.
And that's a 4 high. I'm sure the Lord of Blades can manage a Yep. They all need 5s here to stick wounds. So a couple 5s in there. That's 2 5s right there. And that is 2 riders gone. And we get to move. Amdur is here for ultimate vengeance. Elfhelm. No heroic defense this time. Moving over to Aragorn, I should have showed this up, but Aragorn rolled a 3 high, even with a reroll from the banner. He is beaten by the Morannon Orc. He'll get knocked back. Let's see if we can stick any wounds. He doesn't have any armor. Oh, 3 won't do it. Close though, close. Well, he has armor, but not good. He's not the king's armor, you know. Oh, that was tight. That was tight. We're gonna go to the Kondish chieftain over here. Chieftain versus the clansman. Hey, lots of 1s, but we got a 6 over here, so he'll win. And then does he kill him? Probably need
defense 4.
5? I think it's 5.
All right, he's probably strength. Forced to kill. Hey, and then he gets to move and fight later.
He's gonna go into Anborn.
Ooh, nice. Oh, that's that guy right there.
Yeah, just put him out of that fight.
Oh, we got a cool character fight later. We'll go check that out later. We have a few more hero combats to resolve. You're in the tall and 2 knights beating up that orc. So they kill him like literally no problem at all, to no one's surprise. Huron actually got both the kills on that. And where are they all going there, Jaden?
So I was going to send 1 knight into Goroth to just tie him up so Imrahil doesn't have to worry about him.
Got that.
And then I'm just going to send Huron and another knight to go kill some orcs to thin the numbers down.
All right, over there they go. Just the knight on him. Imrahil fighting the troll. Where'd Huron go? Huron went over there to fight that orc over there. Beat that orc up. Defend the gate. Ride out. Save the rest. The big open field here. Resolving the hero combats against the Easterlings with the Rohan models that charged in. Cataphract's doing exceptionally well, killing off 4 of the riders, only losing 2 of their own and 2 Easterling warriors, and mostly just holding the line. Any kills that did work, like Theoden just moving in, Gamling again fighting off the captain, and Amdur fighting that guy, Elfhelm fighting that warrior, being paired off and stuff. So we won't get to see the cool Elfhelm and Amdur fight yet. We'll see it later though. And then we have to resolve the hero combats over here. Oh, we didn't resolve the hero combat with Elfhelm. We saved him with the hero combat, resolved his. He killed that warrior. Now he's going to go for this captain. Quickly resolved the Amdur's fight. He just killed out that rider. No problem. A little out of sequence. We're just going to go ahead and finish these hero combats off now that the players are open. We're going to do Durnhelm first to see if we can get them out of this rampage. Durnhelm does lose that fight. Did you shield?
I did.
Oh, shield just to stop the fight. That works. Okay. A lot of shielding on the orcs kept them alive. In fact, we ended up taking out one of the riders there, and then this rider ended up killing a couple orcs. Passed a courage check to make the troll fight 2. Otherwise, just kind of holding the line with a lot of the Moran in here. Surprising from Kyle actually, because as we come over to this front, did we not lose Goroth to a regular? Where is he? Goroth is. Where the heck is he?
I think he's.
Didn't remove him yet. This one single Knight of Dol Amroth who charged in after Huron's hero combat just skewered him, much like Guritz got killed by that one earlier. Just like 3 wound rolls, and there's just not enough fate in the world to stop that. We pretty much, because there was no more hero combats to resolve over here, just a lot of Morandon went down, a couple of Knights of Dol Amroth went down. And then, you know, more dead orcs. Nothing of too much significance. We still have the troll fight to resolve against Prince Imrahil, and the troll fight over there to resolve as well. So Prince Imrahil currently fight 9, so obviously he's going to be the troll if he rolls a 6. What do we see? Let's see it, boys. Oh, this is, that's Imrahil. Double 6s. The troll is going to give ground. Imrahil did not charge? No. 6s to wound with the prince.
You go 4.
Ooh, 1 wound, 2 wounds left on the troll. Well, 2 wounds left on him. We're just going to go right to the other Mordor troll fighting 2 riders of Rohan. Look for a 6 on this troll. That will do it. I assume you're going to strike normally because you want to try and kill both the riders. Don't want to go for the hurl into Durnhelm. All right, so let's see. You need, it's over 6.
It
so
is.
you need a 7.
5.
Because
I
it's
need a 5.
between there.
I need a 5.
We were thinking about hurling still into Durnhelm, but we're just going to go for the kills.
Fine.
So that kills one of them, not the other one, and nope. Which of the riders did you want to kill first?
Let's do this one here.
All right, well, that one's dead. Well, quick combat's resolved. That spearman dies to that random warrior, and then just Morannon died over there to the royal guard. Theoden killed a random warrior, nothing else really significant, but we do have Elfhelm Aelmare fighting a captain of the Easterlings here. He actually, he is not part of the fight. He didn't kill the other model, so he's not involved. It's just Elfhelm. Fight normally with the captain, 6 high on the Easterling captain. Oh, beats Elfhelm. Elfhelm have any might? Nope. All right, let's see if we get him. Elfhelm has 1 wound left.
Because I want him to get him so I get some might back. But
Oh, fair,
he
yeah.
has 2 wounds, right? Because he's passed his fate before.
Yep, that's right.
And he actually 5s.
2 5s, he's dead.
Oh, sorry,
Ooh.
no. Yeah, 5s. So 1 wound.
It's his fate earlier against whoever attacked him. Well, he's around there somewhere.
Is he trapped?
He's going to get pushed over there. So 0 fate, 1 wound left on Elfhelm. Come over to everyone's favorite fight, the Clansmen versus the Kondish warriors. Looks like the lines clashed. 2 Kondish warriors go down, 1 mounted. 3 Clansmen went down. And then we still have to resolve the fight between the Chieftain and Angbor. All right, we got Angbor versus Chieftain. I assume they're both fighting normally. They look like they have 2-handed weapons.
Yeah.
All right, good luck to both of you. Let's see them.
Let's go.
Boom, boom, boom. 6 high on Angbor. Ooh, re-roll that one. Yeah, I'll say re-roll.
I think it. Yeah, I'd have to spend the might because we'd be tied fight then. Because I think
The Chieftain was not fighting 2-handed. He's going to use a might to tie the fight. So why don't you go ahead and roll that there, John, to see if evil takes this fight.
1, 2, or 3.
It's an evil day. Angbor the Fearless is knocked back by the Kondish Chieftain. D5 on Angbor, so I think you need 5s, I guess.
1 wound.
1 wound on Angbor. I assume he's going to fade it.
Yeah.
He is going to take that wound. How many fate does he have?
He only has 1.
All right. Won his combat earlier and stuck a wound on Angbor the Fearless. He only has 1 wound left. And then the last part to show off is the Grey Company fighting against the remnants of the Mordor forces here. One thing of significance was that these Morannons beat Gimli in a fight and stuck a wound on him. Tim had to use 2 fate to ignore it, so Gimli only has 1. Oh, he has no fate left, right? No fate left on Gimli. That's one of the objective characters. Just a bunch of warriors that kind of fell over dead. That guy killed another ghost. Let's go. And that brings us to the 5th round of the Battle of Pellenor Fields. I think there's some reinforcements showing up. Okay, so we're bringing in the ringer for evil. We're bringing Kyle, who rolls like garbage. Because evil wants to lose his priority roll because the Mumaks show up at the end of the evil moon phase. So we get to see how good moves first. So we're going to throw Kyle in. He rolls a 4. Oh, the ringer comes in. Jaden rolls a 5 and wins priority for good. Congratulations, Jaden. Yay. I'd like to note that Gamlin gains 1 might back as per his banner rule. And way over to Gothmog again, who has 1 wound and no fate and is an objective character. He is going to sap a will from the Enforcer to call a heroic move because he is shook. You know that part where he notices they're being run down by Rohan. Well, welcome to that, except it's great company instead. We are not going to countercall anything here. We want to save all the might for the Mumakils because they are an objective for the good side to deal with. So we're going to go ahead and resolve Gothmog's heroic move, and then we're going to show you where all the good guys end up. Outstanding series of events. Gothmog pulls every single remaining orc he can in front of him. And then this Khandish charioteer was within range, and rampages not through one rider, not two, but he kills 3 riders on impact hits and then connects with that's Elro here. What's one of the two? It's Eladin? Yeah.
He does 2 strength 4 hits. What is his defense?
He's probably 6.
He has no armor.
You probably need 5s. Yeah, roll. We'll find out.
We'll let him find out. It's probably going to be 4s or 5s.
And it looks like, how about?
At least 1.
Ooh, at least a wound. D5, so only 1 wound. We're going to fate that. And... No! Another one?
1 wound, and he has 1 more fate point.
Yeah, we'll do the...
1 more fate. Second fate. All right, he's no fate left, but no wounds on him either. That is it for all the heroic moves. We're going to resolve every good move now. Now, without 1,400 heroic moves, this was quite simple. The forces of good move first. On the Rohan flank, they know what's coming. So they are consolidating their forces. They bring the king, his bodyguard, and Gamling up with some royal guard ready to countercharge the encroaching reinforcements. Whereas the Easterlings were then tied up by those who could not get away. Whereas the Grey Company, also obviously aware of what's coming, kind of do the same thing. They start gathering their undead forces to go match up against the Mumaks that are about to arrive, while keeping all of the Rangers and Legolas still. Now for the Knights of Dol Amroth and the rest of the forces of Minas Tirith, they just charge and keep pushing back the line of Mordor. Something of note is here in the Tall, failed his courage check and had to blow a will point to get into the troll and help out the Prince Imrahil with his 1 remaining might. The second contingent for the forces of evil have arrived. Over half of their total points have now hit the fields of battle to relieve the forces of Mordor, the Easterlings, and Khand. Here comes Harad.
Hello, I'm Simon. I'm going to be controlling the Harad contingent of the evil army here. We've gone and deployed our forces, approximately half against the Rohan and the other half on the other side of the board. The idea is we want the Royal War Mumak to be on the left side with all of our Aberkin merchant guards, as well as the Watchers of Karna, to help deal with the undead menace that has approached us on the battlefield, as we haven't been able to clear those off. Fortunately, on the other side of the battlefield against Rohan, the Easterlings have been doing very well, so we had decided to only deploy 2 Mumaks there.
So we are volleying with the Rangers all into Gothmog. Every single Ranger either hit an orc and did no damage or just simply missed. Halbarad passed every single in the way check into Gothmog, and we are here for the final wound roll to take him out. He has might. That'll do it. Gothmog is sniped by Halbarad, who uses, I assume, a might to kill him. And then we lose our first objective character of the game. That is... Now, Evil's lost a lot of characters over there, but they're just inconsequential. They've used their might. They're already good. However, that's 1 of 7. If they get 3 more kills, they'll get the majority kill. One misstep there. We need a 6 into a 4. He's only got a strength 2, but we were thinking Elven bows there. Let's see that 4-3. This might would work. Oh, because the might affects both the rolls, the 6 and the 4. Then that gets him.
He had to spend another might point.
The Howdas on these 2 Mumakils volley into Eomer as the main target. This rider's horse pays the ultimate sacrifice to protect him, and then Eomer's horse took a wound, which he's a horse lord, so he used 1 fate, passed it, he has 2 left.
Really bad.
And then all 3 of their Howdas tried to help out this fight. They all end up killing 1 clansman, and that's it. A few of the wounds trying to lighten up the undead because they're a threat to the Mumaks, but just couldn't get through their defense 8. Right to combat, Aragorn is going to call a hero combat.
Folam's going to call a heroic combat, him and his guys here versus 1, and Huron is going to call a heroic strike against the troll there. Let's roll and see.
It matters, he's up to 10. That'll help. Moving on to the Great Company, Elroy here, twin of Elladan, son of Elrond, who is the son of, I can't remember who. Elros is going to call a hero combat. Suladan is going to call a hero combat. Suladan being one of the main... Oh, and then Raza. Is he doing a combat as well? All right, Raza's showing up over there. This scenario does allow you to charge in from reserves. Rolling to see who does the first hero combat. Here comes Simon with Harad. Rolling a tree.
And I'll roll.
Jaden rolls a 2. Nice, so it's going to go to Evil first. We'll resolve Suladan first, and then we're just going to beat up that warrior. And they all explode out. Amdur, the Lord of Blades, goes to Elfhelm to get his final. This is the first sure time he's going to get vengeance. This is the round of combat. Suladan
5 times.
moves his banner up in this area, and then we had one of the Serpent Riders go over there, and one Serpent Rider charge into Elfhelm to deny any cab charge bonuses. And then we have an Aragorn combat to resolve, or Eladan, or Elroy here, I mean. I'm going to go ahead and do Aragorn fighting the Chariot with Eladan, Gimli, and one Ranger. Aragorn on his own absolutely blunders the Chariot fighting two-handed with all the other character support, and they get to explode out from there and help other fights. They all just go keep fighting these Moran and Orcs just to try and clean them up and make way. Make it easy, no nonsense in the way. And the last hero combat for Evil, Raza, and the all of this absolutely muck up that warrior, that rider Rohan, and they're all going to explode somewhere else as well. So Raza comes up and around to help out that fight for later. The remaining cataphracts are just going to try and keep up with Suladan there. They're going to leave Amdur in the dust. All right, that's it for combats here. We have all of the Riders of Rohan combats to resolve. Did forget Forlong the Fat declared a hero combat as well. They destroyed him, no problem, and they're all going to move about. Mr. the Fat got in there to the troll, and just have some buddy support there, and they all just kind of went off in different directions. For the hero combats on the Rohan side of things here, just a few of the riders that did get hero combats were killed off by the Serpent Riders and the Haradrim. Then a few trades over here as well, and then lots of Morannon died. Not really a lot of riders died here. And then we got a troll fight. We're done hero combats. We got the interesting fights to resolve. Let's see this troll fighting that one Royal Guard. Is that a Royal Guard? Yep. Got a 6 high, which is going to win. We're going to rend him, I assume. Makes the most sense.
I might try to barge.
Barge could as well. You want a barge?
I want a barge.
So that's going to be knocked 3 inches away. We'll do that in a second. You move 3 inches.
3 inches, all right.
You just need to go.
We're going to use barge. We're going to knock him 3 inches over this way so that the troll could just fight 2 Royal Guards instead. We're going to do that again. Troll. 4 high. Let's go. Oh, Sean gets a 2. All right, we're looking for 3s to kill, I think, at his base strength.
Yeah.
D6.
I'm C6.
Oh, you're strength 6 base? Well, 4 or 7 even. 2 kills. 2 Royal Guard are killed. This troll is a animal. Then we can remove all of these, and we can move on to the fight of vengeance. We have Easterling Captain Amdur, Serpent Riders Haradrim against, or Easterlings, I guess, against Elfhelm. Let the evil guys roll first.
I like to let the lower fight roll.
Oh, let the lower guy roll?
That way they set the bar and they interact with each other. Otherwise, it's just one-sided.
That's true. Well, let's see what Elfhelm gets then. 2 rolls from Elfhelm. Elfhelm sets a 5. Here's all the evil ones. I see many 6s.
That's a 6.
And he is very trapped. We're giving the honor to Amdur.
Amdur, yeah, he's going to get a point back.
All right, he's only got 1 wound and no fate, I believe, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. All right, Elfhelm. A single 6 or a 5 even. Oh, how about a wound?
1 wound.
That'll do it.
2 wounds.
That will be the end of Elfhelm.
Digs.
Oh, he did his job.
Yeah, I think he did his job, though. He dismounted Amdur.
Importantly, Amdur gets a point of might back now for Blood and Glory.
All right, so he's back to 1?
Back to 2.
Oh, back to 2. Then coming over to the gate of Minas Tirith, like an absolute slaughter of Morannons. They just get all beat up pretty bad by. I killed a couple. I killed like a couple of whatever they're called. I can't remember. Axemen of Lasarnak. That's it. We're gonna go ahead and do this troll fight, and we struck up here, I believe, right?
Yes.
Oh, and you got Forlong in this now too. Yes. Ooh, here we go. What this troll gets? We get a 6. The troll's doing well.
Roll a 6.
We're looking for a 6. We got a higher fight. There's a 6. We're at fight 10 on this one. He is very trapped.
Yeah. Emerhill needing 5s to wound.
Nothing!
Huron needing 5s as well.
With his 2-handed weapon. That's the troll is dead. Huron does it on his own. That's it for over here, but I was informed there's a hero combat on the Kondish chieftain on the chariot, the Kondish king on the chariot we forgot about. We have to resolve that quickly. It doesn't affect any of that, luckily. We're going to beat up that Knight of Dol Amroth, and I guess with that chariot too. They kill it, no problem. We're going to map out where they go here. Oh, the Kondish king gets stuck on this Knight of Dol Amroth. Surprisingly rolls a bunch of 1s. And then this chariot made it into contact with the archers and broke through the first 2 and got stuck on the second 2. Funny enough, he's killed on the monstrous charge impacted, not the strikes. We had to use a might to win the fight, and it just didn't do it. We had to use a might to win the fight. The strikes did nothing, and then being knocked flying because of the monstrous charge killed him. Funny enough. This chariot actually dies to probably the spearman. That doesn't really matter. They killed the rider as he charged in. The last front of this battle, just to no surprise, all of these heroes absolutely muck through some Morannon orcs. Yet another ghost dies to the Ghostbuster. And we are on to the last. We got Angbor fighting the Kondish chieftain and a couple guys. And then just a couple of clansmen went down here. And then quite a few Kondish warriors went down.
Angbor's fighting this guy.
Oh, yeah.
And these two are fighting him.
Oh, I see. Angbor fighting a guy and then that guy fighting two. The chieftain killed one and Angbor killed the Kondish warrior. And that is it for this round, everyone. Clansmen really showed their superiority. There's only 3 Kondish warriors and a chieftain left. A lot died this round. This is a big priority roll. We got Sean and Simon stepping up to the plate here. Simon rolls a 6. A 2. It's an evil priority. Just to note some heroic actions, Eomer is going to call one. I think he's got 2 might left. 1 might left after that, eh? Yep. Durnhelm is going to call an action as well, heroic move. We got to consolidate their forces. I will, way on the other side of the battlefield, Angbor the Fearless, realizing, clarity after the brutal combat. Things are going well, but now things aren't going well, so he's going to call a move to get out of here. And then King of the Dead is going to call a heroic move as well, sapping a will from one of the pennants. All right, we've gone into clicks here. We got the good side of sectioned themselves off. This is the first time we've done this. Evil is discussing plans over here. Things are getting spicy on turn 6 here at MiniWarGaming. The King of the Dead and his forces coming towards, obviously, a very good counter to the Mumakil. Or the MUMAKS. Angbor, the Fearless, moving over here, literally showing his namesake, standing right in front of... Just looked at him. He's literally right there. And he just charged a few more clansmen into the remaining 3 Kondish warriors there. But Durnhelm, on the Rohan side, these all charged in to clean up like the remaining 6 Morannon. And then these guys retreated to consolidate even further with the King Theoden, Gamling, and Darrowwine over here. Didn't notice it, but Eomer is over here too, if anyone's curious, which I'm sure you are. Then we go to the remaining moves. Evil has priority, so we're finishing off their moves. Not able to really catch too much. The Serpent Horde, as well as the Easterlings, just start forming up a battle line as they're going to do another clash probably around this area here. The Mumaks moving up as well, not trampling on anything. Just having Mordor orcs charge in, Morannon orcs, same idea, I guess, just different part of Mordor. And then a lot of the Serpent Horde moving up where they can, making way from the Mumak, who has trampled into Angbor the Fearless, and we're about to roll 3 tramples at strength 9. Every 3 is a wound. That is 3 wounds on Angbor the Fearless, who probably should consider a little bit of fear in his life. He had 1 wound left and no fade. That is the end of Angbor the Fearless, and I think you have like a little bit more movement.
Yeah, so you're going to get this one and then that one.
Gotcha. First guy, dead, and then the next one is probably dead. Yeah. That is his final position. He takes out the remaining clansmen there. Then the rest of the Aberkan Guard and the Golden King are going to move up beside the Mumak and get in the battle, really, is all we're looking to do here. And the remaining 2 Mumak pivot a little bit, move forward, stopping on behind their own lines. The last evil model to move is going to be the Kondish King on a chariot, who's my new favorite model on the board. So he's going to pivot, and we're going to go for these Knights of Dol Amroth and get this Knight of Dol Amroth. Bam! With a monstrous charge. It's the top guy. He is dead. We moved about 3 inches. We are going to keep this going. And this Knight of Dol Amroth. Brr! Get off my table, scum. I'm the King of Khand. And he pivots 45. Boom, he's going to hit this knight kind of awkwardly there. And off my table. As well as that Kondish King on chariot did, he obviously made himself very susceptible to being charged by the remaining forces of Gondor there. Currently involved with Prince Imrahil and Hurin the Tall, as well as just a bunch of other axemen. The rest of the Rohan forces that consolidated continue moving down the board to get as far away from the Easterlings and the Mumaks as they can. The Rangers and Legolas just reposition, getting ready to start putting pressure on the Mumaks as they get closer. And the ghosts that aren't involved in combats are just essentially forming up lines, getting ready for the same outcome. As we move on to shooting, the Howdas of both the Mumaks volley into the nearest riders of Rohan and Royal Guard, dismounting 2 of them, their horses paying the ultimate cost. The riders are fine for now. Sorry,
2 riders and dismounted 1.
Ah, there we go. So 2 riders did die there. Coming to the 3 other Mumaks and their howdahs, we had something against the King of the Dead. We shot probably 27 poisonous shots into him to no effect, just right through his ghostly body. Not a lot of shooting for good, mostly full movement for repositioning. It's not super important, but I'd love to point out this guy killed that Moran in spear support. That guy sucks. Go to combat, clearly going to call the hero combat with Aragorn. Aragorn lost against the Moran and Orcs there. Let's see if we get any wounds on him. 1 wound on Aragorn. I assume we want to fake that. All right, future king. Not okay. A second fate. He's okay. Since Evil didn't call any hero combats, we're just going to resolve all of the Rohan who charged in because that's the rule they have. Resolving all the hero combats from Rohan, really just kind of cleaning up the rest of the Morannons. I think we're left with 4 remaining Morannons as 7 have been slain. That's after resolving the combats after the hero combats. Keep the characters safe, trying to open this area up so that Rohan can be a little bit more mobile over here. Now we're going to move on to the troll. Something interesting. Troll. No! 3 high. Come on, man. Already got 3 royal guard on him. 6 high.
Wait.
Suladan is too far away to help out. So the royal, we're not trapped. I don't. Could you have trapped him with your movement? Is that the best you could have done?
I could have, but he might have thrown him into a hero.
Oh, I see what you're trying to avoid. Okay, so let's see. You need 6s, I assume.
6s by 4s or something. Yeah.
Not even remotely close. Trolls pushed away and no death there. And then we come over to this line, killing off a few Moran and Orcs in combat. This one fought off 3 heroically. 1 Knight of Dol Amroth died as he was surrounded by Orcs. But I want to resolve this Kondish chieftain, or this king of Kond, against... He did charge. He's got 2 Knights of Dol Amroth, Prince Imrahil, here in the Tull, Knight of Dol Amroth, and 4 Axemen of Lasarnak. Technically no charge because he just murdered everything on the tramples. He then was charged afterwards. See what the king gets, 3 high with no might. And then this is...
I think I can banner myself.
Oh, you probably can banner yourself.
The 6s banner for friendly con models.
And no 6s on that side.
Oh,
nope.
too high.
So good wins. We're going to roll Imrahil first. We have to do in the ways to see if we hit the chariot or the rider. If it's 1 on the rider and 5 hits on the chariot. If we hurt the rider at +1 to wound? Nope. No. Chariot's defense 7 and your strength 4?
Yeah, with +1 to wound.
So 5s for the charge. The chariot suffers 3 damage. The Kondish king passes his thrown rider, and then all the remaining attacks go into him as Imrahil shatters his chariot. We'll do here and next. He needs 4s because he... Well, that'll do it because of the 2-handed bonus. He has no fate. He had no fate remaining. He's got 1 wound left. He can suffer 1 more before he goes down. These are just the remaining attacks. That'll do it. Was that the Axeman?
Yes.
Yep. That is it. The 3rd of 4 characters needed for the evil side has been slain. That was kind of... I put him in the precarious position, but I really wanted to kill the Knights of Dol Amroth. Sorry, I corrected myself. That's the 2nd of the 4 that you need for the objective. I thought a 3rd one died. It was Gothmog was slain earlier, and now the Kondish king is down. That was my favorite guy. Moving over to the Grey Company, just killing more Morannons, just butchering through them with combats. All of these ghosts were knocked prone by the Kondish horsemen. And then 3 clansmen and 2 ghosts died in combats over here, and that guy's prone to that serpent rider. That will conclude the 6th turn of this game. We're on to round 7, where we have 1 more reinforcement to come back. That's right, Jaden, 1 more is going to arrive. At this point, good watch priority. So who's rolling it? Who's the ringers for this one? Tim? All right, Tim's going to roll for good. John, you're rolling for evil? Let's see what we get here.
1, 2, 3.
Evil! And... I'd like to point out, Dernhelm had 0 might, back up to 1 now because of our friend gambling. For Dernhelm, Mary is going to call the heroic move. The King of the Dead will sap 1 more will to call the heroic move as well.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
The King of the Dead charged into the Kondish chieftain, much to my dismay. He's my next love since the king is now dead. And then obviously the rest of his warriors following up, charging some of the serpent riders, but more importantly, 4 of them engaging the Mumak. We pulled Dernhelm back with the rest of the Riders of Rohan, except we sent Aylmer into this troll because we're done with this troll, and 1 Royal Guard went in as well. Now that the good side did their heroic moves, it's time for evil to get into the mix of things and try and assist these Mumakil and clear out the dead. A lot of terror checks from the Serpent Horde, but a lot of them were successful. More importantly, we are getting the Golden King in there to peel off a ghost from the Mumakil. Since the forces of Rohan have decided to fall back and consolidate, the Easterlings and those of Harad have decided to push and keep the momentum going, catching any warriors that have lingered behind outside of the heroic move range, and we have caught some Royal Guard here, and we're going to go support the Troll because we love the Troll. At the end of the 7th movement phase, for evil enters the Witch King of Angmar, High General of this entire evil force. And then at the gates of Minas Tirith, before the Witch King descends, the Morannon Orcs continue swarming around Prince Imrahil and Huron the Tall, while tying up as many axemen as they can. Enter the Witch King. He is going to descend right here. He will be charging Ingold, but as he does so, he's going to shoot a black dart at Prince Imrahil's horse. We're throwing 3 dice at this black dart. Looking for a 5+, a 3 of his will. We got it. 3 to kill the horse. There's 17 will left on the Witch King. Horse is dead. Throne rider table if it matters. Not really. Might have said that it shouldn't matter that much. It does, because that means he can still do a full move. He's not immobile this turn. And we charge into Ingold down there to try and deny some of the might they've been storing back there. Now we can go to goods movement. It's been a while. It's been a long evil movement phase. This took a while to figure out. The Grey Company are posturing, ready for the encroaching Serpent Horde and MUMAKS to crash into them. Keeping the ghosts at the front to protect the Rangers and Legolas, whereas some of the heroes are tied up by the remaining Morannon. Then the only remaining relevant movement comes from the gates of Minas Tirith. Prince Imrahil and his remaining forces trying to desperately charge around the Witch King and surround him by passing many courage checks through the assistance of Forlong the Fat. And then the brick of archers of Minas Tirith moving half their movement just to get closer to the MUMAKS when they eventually get in range. As we go to shooting, all of the Howdah members just volleyed into this grouping of horses with Durnhelm as the main target, and unfortunately suffered 2 wounds and failed both the fate saves. So that is the end of Eowyn. She will not get her opportunity to fight the Witch King. But we have to do Throne Rider for Mary. Oh, Mary rolls a 1.
I don't even care about this now. Éomer is a beast now.
Oh, that's right. Éomer gets really mad.
He's
Yeah,
fighting a troll too.
Yeah, there you go.
that helps Éomer out. Now, someone wound Mary. Actually, I got it. Oh, you got it? Perfect. Screw you, Mary. Aha, wounded. A fate for Mary.
All right.
He's good. Pretty much all the shots are focused over there. Poor Mary. But this is going to make Éomer a lot more deadly on this battlefield. The 3 remaining MUMAKS, well, they're Howdahs, volleyed into a ranger and 2 ghosts, and they died. These, easy-ish targets, but still really good accomplishment. Doing some shots, Halbarad tried a daring shot at the war leader, hit the Howdah, didn't do anything. All of the rangers volleyed into these 2 Serpent Riders and killed the 1 rider. And then we're going to go ahead and resolve Legolas, trying to pick off these 3, doing his triple shot. See all the hits. All hit. With that guy there, what do we get in the ways? Up and down, I guess.
We'll do, up and down.
So it's a horse and elf bow. No, a 1 will not cut it. The second one. Up and elf bow. Ooh, you could might if you want to kill a guy.
No might.
Oh, and Legolas is out of might. That's right. He's gassed out. He killed Gothmog. And the last shot, a horse and a 5. Hey, that dead horse. Throne Rider on this 1 Serpent Rider. What do we get? 2. That's fine. It's a kill for Legolas. He's on, believe it or not, 2 kills. He put all the work into Gothmog, but I think a ranger actually took the kill.
Halbarad.
Well, Halbarad took the kill. That's right. Gimli gets +1 wound. That's kind of it for good shooting. They did some shots into spear supports to no real effect. All of the hero combats for Rohan, pretty much every guy in combat charged, except for these 3 Royal Guard, I believe. A few more good hero combats, Aragorn for free, and Gimli will use another might. He's got, 1 remaining? 2 remaining still. So 2 more hero combats there. We'll quickly resolve them. Ingold will declare a heroic strike, and the Witch King will answer. Let's see Ingold strike. He's base 4?
Yes.
So base 4 going up to 7, and the Witch King of Angmar's 5 base going up to 9. So we got a higher fight overall on the Witch King, and they both burn a might. Aragorn cuts through that guy with some trouble. He rolled 3 to wound, so he had to use a might to kill him, and then go into that 1 remaining. Then we have to resolve Gimli's. Gimli and Elladan will converge on this orc. We rolled it up. That orc is now dead. Gimli's at 3 kills now. Ooh, he just got 2 in a row. We resolved all the hero combats from the riders who charged. Most of them, it was like 2 guys just chaining around, clearing off all of the Morannon here. I think we ended up killing like 2 or 3 of them off. There's only 1 remaining. And then any ones that did need to help out here went into the troll to help out. So a couple Royal Guard getting in over there. And then ended up fighting off that cataphract, but not killing him. And then we're on to regular combat. That guy was actually dead.
Mary can actually stand up.
Oh, yes, Mary could stand up.
Yeah.
Boop. Hey! Aylmer charged in this turn, but he did not want to declare hero combat because he wants to call a heroic strike to, obviously outfight the troll. We have to roll that strike up now, though. This guy's declaring the hero combat because he charged. Aylmer's going to go to fight. Okay, 10. Well done. See what that troll gets. Set the pace here. Troll's looking for a 6, but we get a 5. Do you have Suladan nearby? We re-roll one of those to look for a 6. 5.
I saw it for a second.
5 is the high die. Aylmer rolls the 6 though at fight 10. So the troll is not trapped, but he is over here.
5s to wound.
Aylmer, yeah, he's +1 to wound because of Eowyn's destruction. We can do the Royal Guard first. Should be 6s, nothing from them. Aylmer gets +1 to wound. We see a 2. We could might one for the kill on the troll. That uses 2 might though. 1 for strike, 1 for the kill. But that is a dead Mordor troll. That's the second removed. That is the end of Aylmer's might. Oh, yes, they do. Both of them get to move because it was his combat he called. He's got that price of grief. He must charge. We were thinking about bringing him back over here to get some might back, but he is too overcome with grief to focus on tactics. He only sees red before him. And this Royal Guard goes into the Serpent Rider. A couple of fights, no real circumstances. That cataphract just fought off Aylmer, didn't he?
Yeah,
and that Royal Guard. He was pondering on who he wanted to strike. Going for Aylmer's horse?
Oh, no.
A 1 ain't gonna cut it.
That's all this here is ours.
Yeah, that squares up the fighting on this part. Gothmog's Enforcer is taken out by Elro here, and the three dead there. He was trapped. Taken out by elf stuff. That is the end of the Morannon Orcs over here. They are just free to move and reposition however they need. We have all these fights to resolve still. 3 Warriors of the Dead have been killed by Serpent Riders. The Pennant guy got knocked over, and 1 Serpent Rider was killed. And then we move on to the Kondish Chieftain fighting the King of the Dead and 1 Serpent Rider. See what the evil side gets first. Ooh, a 6 from the... Well, I guess we got a 6. King of the Dead rolls a 4 high. He only has 1 might. Interesting. And the Serpent Rider charged in, so he gets +1 to wound.
And he is not prone yet, so I get double my strikes too.
Oh, and the Chieftain. Oh my God, the Chieftain gets double strikes too. The King of the Dead might be in a precarious situation.
So poison weapons.
Poison weapon.
So I have a 6 by. Is it 6 by something? Or
He's defense 8.
So 5 by
5 by 3. That is not a wound.
poison weapon.
Oh, poison weapon. That's right. That is a wound.
On the King of the
And then the Kondish Chieftain. He's strength
he's strength 4, so he's strength 6s.
6s, but you get like 4 strikes.
4 strikes.
Yep, 4 strikes. 6s. Ooh, not a single one.
Do you have any might left?
No, I'm done.
No, he's out of might. How much?
This is 1 wound.
1 wounding hit.
Fate.
Good. How much fate does the King of the Dead have? 3 fate? How much has he got left now? 2 fate left. 1 single clansman left in there. He's fighting a bunch of stuff though, sadly. He didn't really stand much of a chance in there.
He barely.
And this ghost dies to 2 Serpent Riders. And we are left with the Mumak fighting 2 goats and then 1 additional ghost supporting with spears. This is kind of what we've been waiting for. This is the fight of a Mumak.
This is a 5.
5 high so
Oh
far.
yeah, you're winning.
We got a 5 high on the ghost.
But the Mumak is fight 4.
Aww.
It's 4s, yeah.
Sadly, the Mumak
You kill 1.
Got
poison.
No.
Oh, you don't get poison? Oh.
Yeah, no.
There's probably no poison on the tusks.
No.
Well,
I don't know, maybe they imbue them with
that
poison.
guy. They tried though. That was very close. They wounded the Mumak on 4s, I think. Was Courage 2?
Yes.
Yeah, they're Strength 3. But hey, man, any wound on a Mumak causes rampages, and that's scary because that could cascade down the line and make all the Mumaks hit each other. So pretty much just cleared up some of the orcs here with some of the knights, just more like obligatory Morannons dying, I guess. Left with Prince Imrahil fighting a Morannon, and then Huron, the Tall, fighting 4. Or yeah, Prince Imrahil's fighting 2 Morannons, and then Huron's fighting 3. Do the fight into Imrahil first, the 2 Morannon attacks, see if they can set the bar high. 5 is kind of high. Ooh! Banner anywhere? Or is he his own banner?
He only counts as a banner for the Swan Knights and other captains, not himself.
Interesting. D7 needs 6s, I think. Oh!
I'm gonna have to fate.
What's he got for wounds on him?
3 wounds, 3 fate.
Okay, so he's
So
good.
first
All right.
fate.
He's good. He's got 2 fate then. What these 3 Morannon can do against Huron the Tall. They set the bar super low. And Huron rolls good enough. So you got 2 you can kill there. You just need 4s to kill him. Your strength 4.
First one.
That's not going to do it.
Second one. Yes.
Is it? Yeah, because is it?
He's strength.
Because he needs 5's base and he always fights 2-handed. So that is 1 randomly dead Morannon. We'll say that. Boom. Then we're left with the last major fight, the Witch King at a very high strike value. To save a lot of dice rolling, let's just roll the Witch King first to see if he can hit a 6. We have 4 attacks, 5 high. He does have 2 might available, but let's see if he needs it. Roll Ingold first in case he rolls a 6. Oh, there we go, Ingold. So we're gonna might it with the Witch King. So the Witch King only has 1 might left, but he wins that fight, and all of that is knocked prone. Are we gonna try to assassinate Ingold? All right. So the Witch King knocks them all back. We're gonna strike into Ingold first, a couple at a time here. That strength 6 will do it there. But how many wounds does Ingold have?
2 wounds, 1 fate.
All right, and then a second wound. We're gonna use a fate here. A 4 up. Ingold is alive. Ingold is dead.
I'm gonna use a might to try and
Ingold is alive. And then one more set of strikes in Ingold. He is still alive. I think the 4 doesn't cut it. Wait, he's defense 7, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's last one.
Oh. He's alive.
Ingold lived, and that means we get to keep 1 might. He's got way of 1 might, no fate. That is the end of round 7. We all thought the Witch King was going to slay Ingold. We wanted to assassinate as much of that might as we could, and then deal with the 2 main characters over here, because Ingold had act. Well, I keep saying we. I'm trying to be unbiased here, but I just love the evil side so much. Now there's still strike available here to threaten the Witch King. We're bringing out the fun dice. So Simon's rolling priority for evil. Tim, are you up to the plate, or do we want to? Anyone else? Sean's got it. Sean's coming in. All right, roll the. Let's see what Simon. You set the pace here. Where's the bar going? Hey, a 6. Wait. Okay, you guys win ties. Good wins ties. Unfortunately, a 2. It's an evil day today. Mary here is a Rohan model. He is within 3 of gambling. He'll get his 1 might back. Gambling is going to go to 0 might, which is not too much of a problem for him. Rohan always has heroic move active, so he's going to call a move. That only affects these riders here. King of the Dead is also going to call a heroic move to try and get out of this sticky situation, but he is near enough to the Mumak war leader that has an aura that cancels specifically heroic move on a die roll of 4 or more. The rule is called Imposing Presence. Why don't we go ahead and roll that up, Simon?
You want me to roll it?
Yeah.
So on a 4, 5, or 6, the heroic move is immediately canceled.
And it spends their might and everything.
So strike that.
Oh, the heroic move is good. Yeah. And seeing that, this model up here is going to call, or do you want to call it with the Golden King?
I have to pull with the Golden King as well.
Get him out of the way.
I don't think they can benefit.
Double checking, the King is going to call the move. That way things can get out of the way of the Mumak. Ingold will use his last point of might to call a heroic move on top of that. We are going to roll to see which side gets to do theirs first. Tim, if you'd be so kind to roll yours for me. Right, Tim, for the good side, is going to roll of 1. Well done, Tim.
I rolled a 6.
And John gets a 3. Nice.
That's enough.
That means we're going to resolve the Golden King first before we go to good. More importantly, I should point out the Golden King moves out of the way, and then we used some with me. The Chieftain tied up the King to cancel his heroic move, and that we tried it first with that guy. He failed his courage check, and now the rest are free to move, and then the Mumak will be able to free to trample. We're done with the heroic move. We got out what we could of the path of the rampaging Mumak here. Oh, but that's like a heroic move, technically. It doesn't affect the War Beast. We'll show off a couple of other heroic moves, then we'll get back to the regular evil moving. Upon second thought, this guy also called a heroic move to allow the Mumak to move at a heroic move phase as well. So we're just going to go ahead and resolve that. That mean he has no might left, or 1 might left? All right, so we're going to hit that goes first. We just kind of go through it. We trampled all the way up to the King of the Dead. We lose 2 ghosts, a Serpent Rider, and that poor Kondish warrior who failed his courage check. And then we rolled a single wound on the King of the Dead, who has a fate?
2 fate left.
2 fate left. And 2 wounds, I assume. Yep, so he's still okay. He's going to live.
He only has 1 fate, doesn't he?
All right, let's see if he passes. Oh, he's good. All right, he's got 1 fate left and 2 wounds still. The rampaging Mumak stops there.
Too.
Well, I guess it's not rampaging.
The
He's just
Chieftain there
trampling.
too.
Technically, this would have gone before the Mumak on Ingold here, but it doesn't actually change anything. So we're gonna roll Ingold's courage check, I assume, to charge into the Witch King. Go Ingold!
That is a fail.
He doesn't get +1 for +1 -1. What's the courage of Ingold?
I believe.
Yeah.
Ingold is only courage 4, and he only has 1 will, so he is too afraid to move. But he did call it with me, so other people could try and tie him up as well.
Yep.
And while Jaden does all that, I just want to show off this Rohan heroic move, which is a little inconsequential. Gambling, moving up to there, and a few of the warriors are staying behind him. Theoden keeping safe behind the royal guard there. And now that's it for the heroic moves after we show off the remaining warriors of Minas Tirith. We're just going to move the rest of the evil now. All right, we are back to the heroic move being resolved over here. 7 of the warriors of Minas Tirith make it in, and with spear support to get behind them, they just made a bunch of, good courage checks. The rest of evil movement is pretty standard stuff. Near the gates of Minas Tirith, the 4 remaining Morannon orcs just tie up as many warriors they can to save the Witch King. The Easterlings and Harad keep pushing up with their Mumaks, pressing the advantage against the forces of Rohan. The other flank with the 3 Mumaks, they split off. 2 of them start running down the center towards the main city gate, where the one remaining one, well, he already moved, didn't he? And many of the Serpent Riders are posturing, ready to countercharge the ghost forces that may want to commit to form a line. And well, for the forces of good, the Riders of Rohan keep skirting towards the middle of the board to try and meet up with the Knights of Dol Amroth, while keeping themselves relatively safe. Whereas near that gate with the Knights of Dol Amroth, they're mostly all tied up, but the Blackroot Vale archers move towards the rampaging Mumaks, ready to loose a volley. And then whichever warriors near Prince Imrahil are able to move, just go find the nearest enemy to engage. As for the Grey Company, all of the Rangers stay still. They finally have a clear bead on the front Mumak, or the war leader, in fact. But some of the ghosts had to step out of the way. We're gonna have one of the Rangers call a heroic shoot so that they can all just shoot before the Haradrim on top, or the Haradrim up top there fire. And we're just gonna have one of these Rangers call for his pocket because they're a little too far away from each other. And Aragorn is gonna use Mighty Hero and Heroic Accuracy. Halbarad will do the same just so they can influence both of the units there, because we're trying to go for the war leader. We did the volley. We got quite lucky here. 5 of the Rangers there and 4 of the Rangers back here actually, I guess accuracy helped. They all landed hits on the war leader. We're gonna do the 3 Rangers that don't have any might. They need 6s to hurt the war leader. We just do them first. Yeah, nothing. These are the Rangers with might, so 5s will wound, but they have to blow a might to do it. Oh, 1 natural wound. Nice, but obviously can't help out otherwise. Still has all his fate and everything. We're gonna go ahead and do Legolas' shots up there, hitting on 3s. Because Gimli has more kills, he's hitting on 2s. Yep. Go ahead, roll it up. Boom. Oh, 1 miss. Now, in the weight checks that are rerollable, and we know the single shot would have automatically hit him, but we wanted to try and reroll that. We wanted to try to get more wounds on him. Nothing. They hit the Howdah. They could hurt the Howdah, I guess. Nothing. One fate save on...
He's just taking it.
Oh, he's just going to take it. That's fair. Okay, well, he's got 1 wound left. These 2 Howdahs from the Mumaks killed I think a warrior on the ground, and they shot Gambling's horse out from underneath him. What do you roll for his Throne Rider table? 2. 2? Oh, okay. It's all good. So we shot some bows into the Mumak just in an attempt at doing. We stuck a wound. We finally got a wound on a Mumak from the Riders of Rohan. It will have to take a courage check at the beginning of next turn. If it's failed, that means the forces of good get to control how he moves, and he could turn and pivot him and crash him into another Mumak, or simply run down the line of Easterlings here. We're gonna go ahead and do the courage check now. He's courage 4 with 1 will, so 5 will work with using a will. A 6 up is ideal.
Which Mumak took it?
The one right here.
The red one?
Do we have a Warhorn?
Sure, he does the
Look for 5s at the very...
Ooh. That's really bad.
That's really bad, but he has 2 might he can use as well.
Is this on the red one?
Yeah.
But we're gonna have to use both of his might in addition to his will to make that a 6 with his courage 4. He will rein in the Mumak, but it takes every ounce of energy he has to do it. Blackroot Vale archers were able to volley into the spear support here. That's all they really had range to. They killed 1 Easterling. That will end the shooting phase. We're gonna go to combat.
Oh, did we shoot here? We didn't shoot here.
I didn't shoot there.
Oh, there's 2 Mumaks to resolve there. Boop, 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 boop. We're gonna go for the King of Gondor. Lots of shots at the King. We'll show these off for fun. We got, I assume, 4 hits. Yeah. And these are the other shots.
These are just a hit.
Come on.
These are more hits.
So this is
So
7.
7 total from 1.
3 more hits there.
So that's 10 hits.
10 hits from the 1 Howdah.
This is from the second one as well.
11, 12, 13.
Oh, we're just gonna
14 hits.
Okay, that we just combine both of them together.
Yeah,
there.
just everything
in Aragorn. I guess there's no in the way checks. Yeah, fair. Now we need 5. He's D5, so 5s to hurt him, or is it 6s?
6s.
That's still 6s, but rerolling 1s.
Weapons.
Yeah.
Poison weapons, yeah.
6s rerolling 1s. 1 reroll.
So 1 reroll here.
And
one
we
wound.
stick a wound. Do you want to fake that with the King? This is Aragorn's last fate. He still has 3 wounds though.
Yeah.
He still has 3 wounds. The other half of the hits,
Roll those 2s.
2 rerolls.
Oh, it's 1 wound.
Yep, 1.
I'll reroll it.
Reroll. Okay. This last Howdah is going to fire everything into the flank of these ghosts here, because that's really the only thing in range. Every arrow just phases right through them, can't hurt the ghost. Now we go to fighting. Amdur and Suladan are both going to call a hero combat and try and free themselves up and go for Aelmir for an assassination. Who is out of might, he's going to have to just beat them with his physical prowess, his roll well. See if Sean can set a good pace. Nope, that's a really bad start.
That's an auto lose.
That's an auto lose. So go ahead and roll your wounds.
That's just, yeah.
Amdur will get him. Attacks, and then they can, those who are in combat can move. Amdur and that Easterling are going to go for Aelmir. And this guy is going to be paired off with that guy then. And then we have to do Suladan against the rider. Suladan rolls a 5 high. And the Royal Guard rolls a 2. Reroll for the banner. Gambling is right behind him. Nope. Suladan needs a 5. Well, not there. No.
Can I re-roll that?
Sure. You re-roll the 6 over there into a 1. I'll let you do this one too.
This one where I'm surrounded. I'm gonna shield.
Didn't matter.
My point.
You could might it if you want to get into Aelmir. Not worth it. We're going to save might on Suladan there. So his combat does not...
Well, actually, if you killed him, you could then take out...
They decided to might it up. Okay. We're going to might it up. We're going to kill that rider.
We're here for a good time, not a long time.
And then this guy, these guys are all tied up. Yep.
He's gonna go into gambling.
So he's going to go right through. So he'll go into this control. He'll just hit them both. Though a warrior and gambling. I'm going to go the long way just to not go for the rider, but go for gambling. Same difference. Well, better fight for him. Yeah. Then we go to regular combats. Already resolved some of the fights over here. That Morannon fought off 4 warriors, 2 knights of Dol Amroth. A couple of Morannon orcs here. Looks like they died. Actually, 3 of them in total. These guys are really cleaning it up. Prince Imrahil, did he fight yet?
No, we're saving him.
All right, let's see that Prince Imrahil fight.
Because I charged this.
1 Morannon and the Prince.
So he's paired off with.
Prince rolls a 3. What a god.
Morannon shielding.
4, he wins. Then we have Huron the Tall versus 2 Morannon.
1, the other guy fought a knight.
Oh, he fought a knight off, I see, okay.
I'm gonna fight it.
2, 3, jeez, a 5. All right, ooh, he can strike the horse. Taking out the horse on a 4. Oh, the Morannon smokes the horse, Throne Rider.
Throne Rider.
5, he's okay. There goes another hero, another mounted hero, I guess.
Sure.
And then we go to the Witch King fighting a bunch of warriors. Gave us a lot of rolling. Let's see if the Witch King lands a 6. He didn't charge. 4 high, and he only has... Does he have 0 might or 1 might?
1 might.
Oh, 1 might. The Witch King could die here, everyone. Here's a 6. You got a 6. The Witch King loses this fight and is trapped. There's 12 warriors able to strike. They need 6s by 4s. Here's the first 12.
Not 1 6.
So far we're at 2. This is re-rolled the second half. 2 potential wounds, and then the second half from being trapped. The other 12 strikes. 3 in total. Let's see if any of them actually stick. We need 4 ups. 1 of them does. The Witch King has 3 fate and 1 wound. He has a might to pass it, so a 3 up works as well. Okay, he's good. All right. Whoo! 2. That was scary. Well, that is it for combats over here. Over to here, 3 of the warriors. 2 died over here. 1 died from over here from various fights. That one just got knocked prone. And 1 Serpent Rider died over here as well. Yeah, the numbers dwindle. Not fast, though. And over here, we're simply left with the poor prone King of the Dead who can't stand up, fighting a Serpent Rider, a Kondish chieftain, soon to be the new king of this tribe, and this elephant thing. All right, Tim, start it off. What are we getting with the King of the Dead? Good luck. He's on the ground. 5 ain't... He's got a might?
He does have a might.
He does have a might. What's the fight? A 5 on the king?
I think so.
Yeah. Let's see if the Mumak is going to roll a 6. The Kondish chieftain was always going to fight 2-handed here, so he can't roll a 6.
Mumak gets a 6.
So now it's a roll off. Why don't we go ahead and see if it's evil on a 1, 2, or 3, or 5? Because I think...
Well, do you want to spend the money?
Oh, that's a good... Well, I assume you do, but he might be that... You got the...
Yeah, I got to spend it for the 50-50.
Because this is like what? How many taxes does Mumak have? 4?
The Mumak's going to...
3 at strength 9.
And then
you have to spend it.
And then you have 4 then you have 4 2-handed wounds as well.
You're going to stomp on me.
All right, so
Stomp on me.
So we're going to use the King's last might to roll a 6, which ties this, and both fights have a fight 5 because the Kondish chieftain is fight 5.
I need you to roll.
Bringing in a ringer for the roll off. Here comes here comes Kyle. All right.
If you roll a 6, I'm gonna.
Here comes Kyle's 1, 2, or 3. Hey, sometimes he rolls 4s. Oh, he did it, Kyle, the man. That's why they make rolls up and down are good for people who roll lower than 4 all the time. So that means the King of the Dead is unfortunately not going to stand up. Who wants to do the honors? The alleged honors. The Kondish chieftain? Kondish chieftain! Yes, of course.
Roll the wounds now.
The Kondish chieftain lands 2 wounds. How much fate does he have left?
He's got 1 left.
And 2 wounds? All right, so if he fails this fate, the Khandish chieftain kills a ghost.
That's why he kept his might.
Kills a ghost. Kills a ghost. Oh, he's alive with 1 wound. So the serpent rider, the
We can do the Mumak.
all right, the Mumak will do
Finish
it.
him off now.
6,
Yeah, he's dead.
So it's strength 9 on defense.
8 is 4s. Yeah,
He's seen 1-4.
So he's got one.
Yeah, he's very dead.
he is dead. He is.
King of the Dead is dead.
There you go. That's a dying ghost sound.
The dead King of the Dead.
The dead king of the dead.
We deaded the King
Boom.
of the Dead. Good hero.
That's the first.
We killed
King of the Dead
Elfhelm
is on
and
the list.
Daelwyn.
King of the Dead's not on the list? Oh, it's not even King of the Dead? Oh, we got all these systems. None of the important good heroes are killed. That's right. Oh my gosh. But he would have been great at killing MUMAKS. Trying to resolve the unimportant fights over here, just a few warriors dying or just bouncing off each other for the most part. We have Aelmer fighting a... Ooh.
He's not in the fight. But he,
Oh, he's not there. Okay, yeah, he already fought earlier. So it's Aelmer fighting 1 Cataphract, Amdur, and an Easterling. All right, let's see what Aelmer can roll. 6 is very good. So, but they have a higher fight on the Lord of Blades. 6 also over there.
I got 6 from
You got a 6. So Aelmer is beaten. Not trapped or anything, though. He's just knocked over this way.
That's why I went down in there, but it's better to kill gambling with 5s.
The Cataphract and the Easterling are going to try and go for the horse. Nope. So it's up to Amdur. Amdur has 3 strikes.
Yeah.
1 on the horse at a time. Horse is live, and the second strike. That's a 3, and Amdur's last strike?
Yes.
Okay. I assume we're going to horse lord it?
Does it kill the horse?
Does it kill the horse? He has 1 fate remaining.
More, and I will definitely spend that.
The horse, so no fate left on Aelmer, but his horse lives. We're left with Suladan against Gamling, the royal standard bearer. Gamling will go first. Roll 6. A 4. You have a banner. You can reroll. I guess we'll see what Suladan gets. A 6. Okay, well, I guess even if a reroll, it won't matter.
Prone and it's 5 to wound, I think.
Oh, yeah, +1 wound. He's got a lance. Yeah.
No.
No.
So it's
just
5
drank
to
4
wounds, but you can reroll failed wounds because he has Bane of Kings.
Oh, that's right. Okay, gotcha. That is a wound.
1 wound, and then you get to roll it again, but reroll the failed ones first.
Yep.
So do 3.
This is the poison reroll. Got another 1. There's a 1 over there. And then this is the trapped attack. Oh, okay. Well, 2 more wounds. So 3 wounds in total on Gamling. Does that slay him?
Yeah.
It depends. I don't know. Yeah, Gamling, I don't know.
I think it's 2 wounds, 1 fate. That might kill him.
Yeah. Gambling is 2 wounds, 1 fate. He is slain by Suladan. But now we get the cool Theoden versus Suladan lineup. There we go. Boom. And with that fight, we come to the end of round 8. We're on round 9 of the Battle of Pellenor Fields. Right to priority. Doesn't matter who does it as long as someone does it. And we've got Simon rolling a 5 for evil. Sean rolls a 2. It's been like evil priority 80%. There he is going to call a heroic move with his 1 might he got refunded earlier. Amdur, the Lord of Blades, will counter call. Is that his last might? Yep, because he was one of he's got to go kill a hero.
He can kill Aelmer, he can get 1 back.
All right. Those are the only heroic moves. So we're going to roll off to see who gets to do it first here.
4 5 6 goes to good.
And it's going to be
I'll take
roll like an adult, John. There we go. It's an evil day. Wow, who's surprised? Means Amdur gets to go first. We're probably going to tie up Aelmer and then move the rest of this. Did decide to do a heroic move. You said move, right?
Yes.
With Forlong the Fat, which we won the priority roll off, so we're doing our move over there, and we are going to end up canceling Mary's, but then we can go ahead. There's nothing stopping you from doing yours, so we'll go ahead and resolve Forlong's now as well. I'm going to show off the technicalities of this. There is literally no honor amongst the Serpent Horde. We were talking about a really cool duel between Theoden and Suladan from the novel, and we were denied that because the evil guys didn't want that cool thing to happen. I'm on Sean's side here. I'm on the good side. Screw these guys. Other thing I want to point out is Raza gets in there against Aelmer, and Raza has a special rule. I can't remember what the heck it's called.
I'm just looking it up. So at the beginning of the game, I noted down that Raza's has a secret target this mission, which is Aemir, and the Serpent's weapon is at the start of the fight phase. We reveal that Aemir is our target, and Raza will get +2 to his fight in this turn against Aemir.
Does it go to 7 or 6?
He'll go to fight 6, I believe.
Okay, well that's relevant. Well, I got Amdur there, but it's cool to show it off.
Yeah, fight 6.
One more thing to note, the Mumak war leader uses the might to call a heroic march, but we don't resolve that yet. I just forgot to mention that earlier. That's his first might, so we still have 2 left. Forlong the Fat's heroic move just kind of moved over here. It was a rallying cry to get around the Prince Imrahil with all the axemen of Lasarnak in case the Witch King decides to be bold and go over there. But the Witch King's kind of engaged over here, so... Oh, he has fly, so I suppose that doesn't matter that much. All right, we're going to protect the Prince Imrahil anyways. He has no might, too. Does he have any might left, or he's out?
The Witch King, he has 1 might.
That's right, he rolled a 4. He's got 1 might, so it's... Yeah, he might be able to hero combat into the Prince Imrahil. So the rest of the movement for Evil is essentially Operation Get the Heck Out of the Way of the Mumaks, because they are going full trample mode today. Poor Royal Guard is about to get double teamed by Mumaks.
Let's move this one first, because we don't want this one to get shot, because
he doesn't have anything. Yes, that one's going to move forward. 3 hits on the boop.
So
should be 3s to kill him. Yeah, that'll get him. Kaboom. And then he can proceed moving. The other Mumak pivots, moves over here, to him there. These are the bigger ones here. This can move up to 11 with his heroic march, and this guy's going to move normally. He's going to trample over, was that 4 ghosts?
Potentially.
Yeah. We're hitting the 2 heralds first. We're going to do the first herald. Should be 3s to wound. That is a single wound on that herald. We're actually trampling the one on the ground first who did use a fate earlier, but that's the only difference. So just if he fails this, he'll have 1 wound. He passes. So he still has 2 wounds, no fate. So that stops the Mumak trample. But this one is going to pivot and go through these. Yeah. And that 11-inch move is going to take it all the way to the end if we can trample through them. Yeah, just like a little thing.
So we'll do the rider first.
That is dead. Okay. Boom. And then
the next guy.
We'll keep going to the next guy. There's still 3 to go. Boom. Actually, we'll just show this one. We'll do the rest off because he's probably going to kill them all. Actually, it didn't go as far as we thought. It stops on this one warrior. He rolls, what, 2 2s and 2 3s? You need 4s against the D8 to kill him. There's just a few more moves. A couple Surfer Rounders passed terror checks. Most of them did not. And then the rest just moved around here and there. And now it's time for Good to move. Totally forgot about the Witch King. He's got to move still, too.
You can't get everyone else, though, right?
He's going to cast a spell. What nasty spell is he casting?
He's going to cast Command Compel into Huron the Tall.
Oh, here in the tall on the ground there? Gotcha. All right. What do you need, a 4-up or a 4-up? Well, you got a 6. Very good.
He's going to use his 1 will.
1 will. Let's see a 6 and you get it back. 4. He is compelled. He must do a thing. He pulls here in the tall out onto the road, the middle of the road, to make a clear charge for the Witch King to essentially run him down. That's it for Evil. Now we're going to move the rest of good forces. You want to remind everyone watching that Forlong the Fat did call a heroic move earlier, so a lot of these elements have already moved, so the Witch King isn't actually that susceptible to being surrounded. Well, ish. There's some guys over here. For the remaining forces of Rohan, they make for a final gambit. They charge into the Mumak, and they actually all pass their courage checks. As for the men of Minas Tirith, they sally forth. They see where the Witch King goes, and they don't want to let him get away. Plus, they also have to help the Prince Imrahil, and here in the tall, things are looking sour. And then for the Grey Company, the Elven twins Gimli and Aragorn move about. But the Rangers and Legolas stay still. And over here, we're gonna do the same combo for shooting accuracy from Aragorn, accuracy or heroic accuracy from Halbarad. That's his last might. We're using Mighty Hero here. Then one of each of these guys will declare a heroic shoot so they can all shoot first.
Hold it down there.
Then we're gonna do a heroic shoot over here. What's the character's name? Dunhir? Dunhir, yeah. The leader of the Blackroot Vale Archers, who is that guy there, is gonna declare here accuracy or shoot?
Shoot, and then he gets to give a reroll wound to all the Blackroot Vale Archers.
Oh, because he's declaring heroic shoot.
Yes.
Oh, that should help. Okay. 7 of them are going to fire at this Mumak with the rock in the way. One of the 7 is going to be the character, I assume.
Yes.
Yep. What are we hitting on? 3s?
3s rerolling 1s because they stood still.
That's a damn good start.
Yeah. In the ways for the rock.
Only 4 of them fail.
Yeah.
So 2 hits, but they get to reroll the wound rolls. These are 6s and 6s, I assume.
Yes.
Reroll.
Yep.
Nothing. And then the character?
Yep. Hitting on a 3.
Hit.
Hits.
Rock.
Go
Passes. Ooh, we need 6s. His wounds are good.
Oh.
He's not strength 3 with his bow. He's just a regular bow, I
I'm
assume.
gonna might it though.
Ooh, but then you need another 6.
5.
Yep. Or another 5. Another 5. But it's rerollable.
Yes.
Well, he does D3 damage to monsters, I guess.
Yes. So I need a 5.
Reroll.
Yeah, reroll.
For the heroic shoot. 1. All right.
I kind of root for you there, to be honest.
That would have been a cool move. And then the remaining 5, I believe, shot at the commander up here, and 1 actually sticks a wound. The other one just got stuck on the Howdah. Not going to use his fate either. He's got 1 wound left and a fate. And we're going to go ahead and do all of their shots targeting the war leader until he's dead. But he's got some pressure on him. He's got a little bit less stats now. 4 rangers with might, 7 without. We're gonna do the 7 without first, because we can just roll them all at once. 3s to hit, they stood still.
He can reroll these ones.
These are in the ways, 5 up. They're rerollable though. 2 hits on him. The reroll.
The archers, unless you want to put some
2 more hits. D5 on him. He's a hero with armor. These are 6s to wound. 1 wound. We got 1 wound left, 2 fate remaining. Simon's keeping it spicy. And then we have 4 archers with might. And here are the 4 remaining on 3s. Ooh, 1 hit. We're gonna might it just to get the hit. So that guy doesn't have might anymore, but that's easy enough to remember. In the ways. Reroll accuracy.
Oh, you did accuracy?
Yep. Nothing. They hit the Howdah. They did not hurt the Howdah at all either. So we're gonna go ahead. Is Legolas next up?
Legolas next.
You think of the single shot to get the past the in the way check, or you got the 3s that re-roll? I like the gamble. We're gonna do the 3 shots. He still has less kills than Gimli, so he's hitting on 2s. All right, Legolas, 2s to hit. Awesome start. 5s to pass in the ways with a reroll because of accuracy. 1's gonna go through. 2 rerolls. And 2 hit the Howdah. So we still got hit on the guy. Let's see if it hurts him. Strength 3. Oh, is that a wound against D5?
Strength 3, defense 5?
The 2 other shots do no damage to the Howdah. And the war leader does pass his fate. He's got 1 fate, 1 wound left. Last shot to do this is Halbarad hitting on a 3. Oh, womp, womp. He has no might left. That's it for good shooting. We're going to go ahead and do... We just kind of did this quickly. Both of the Howdahs volleyed into the Blackroot Vale archers. Guys, you're not going to believe it, but it killed 10. 12. It killed 12. What did you roll?
I rolled 24 shots, 14 hit, and then I think there was like 5 poison weapons that re-rolled from 1s to 5s and 6s.
Oh my god.
Wild.
I can't catch everything on camera, but I will never see a roll like that again.
That's pretty wild.
So we're left with just the character, because we just elected to shoot everything else. I was over on the other side of the table recording stuff. No! This Howdah wanted to get revenge against Halbarad, and they got 2 wounds on him. He got two wounds, 1 fate remaining. So you need to make this or Halbarad is slain by arrows of the Haradrim. That is the end of the... You know what? Lore accurate.
Yep. Canonical.
Boom, there we go. He was not one of the important characters. Well, he is important, but not for the objective of the mission. I'm gonna go combine the 2 Howdahs into Aragorn here. There's about 14 guys between the 2 that can shoot at him. And the remaining ones are just gonna fire at, there's not a whole lot left. All right, 4s. 6s, Aragorn is D5. Reroll the 1s. Ooh, that's a wound. 3 poisonous rerolls. Just the 1. And Aragorn has no fate remaining, so he's got 2 wounds left. All right, that brings us to combat. We have a bunch of hero combats with the Riders of Rohan and the King Theoden into the Mumak because they charged. We're gonna roll up the Mumak's attacks first to set the pace. They're a lower fight because we got Theoden, so we got a 5 is the high die. So what do we get over here, Sean? 4 high, is that from the King?
Yeah, and then
Darewine, 3 high, holy. And then
I think it's just 4s. Yeah.
3 additional riders, some royal guard maybe.
Yeah.
Get higher than a 5 or 5. Hey, we got the 5. That's the top. Well,
So Suladan is right there, and it's probably within 6.
yeah, Suladan is within range
See if I get a 6.
for 6. No, not quite. So we win that fight with Theoden being the highest fight in there. What's the defense of a Mumak?
7.
Okay. We're gonna go ahead and do the characters first. Darewine and Theoden. They need 6 to wound the Mumak.
Theoden,
Oh, a 6.
1.
Nice. That's a good start.
Darewine.
Could might it for another
Might
wound.
that, so I'll save that off to the side.
Yeah, and then we have
And then we got-
the riders also need 6s.
Yeah.
Then the remaining warriors,
He's good.
unfortunately, don't stick anything. We're gonna might that up to
will
do
might that.
2 wounds to this Mumak. And the Mumak doesn't give
You have
grounds.
to do 2 courage checks because it took 2 wins.
All right, first courage check. That's a pass. Second courage check for the second wound.
Oh,
I guess the white one, right?
Yeah, this guy still has 2
He'll
might.
have to do all the...
Yeah, he'll have to use both his might and both his
it's got
will.
the same thing again.
All right,
So
fair.
I might
Both out.
that will.
They're all rolling dice. That's it.
Okay.
Well, the ghosts are starting to give way here. The Mumak killed 1. These 2 serpent riders killed a couple. They're all over here. This Mumak killed a Herald of the Dead, and weirdly, this Herald of the Dead fought off the Golden King and caused a wound on him too, which is kind of relevant. And then we just have a bunch of prone ghosts. But the problem is, we're getting dangerously close to the Archer wave back here with all the Serpent Riders. Well, over to here near the gates of Minas Tirith, we pretty much fought off all of the warriors with the orcs, except for that one over there died. We have the fight between Here in the Tall and the Witch King of Angmar to resolve now. There is one Swan Knight. They made a courage check to get in there too. Let's just see what the Witch King. Let's see what the Witch King gets. 4 attacks because he charged. Looking for a 6. Oh, 2 6s.
Strong 6.
Because we compelled here in the Tall. Is this fight? No, he didn't. No, we didn't. That's right. He's still able to strike with his fight 6, or he's fight 5. See if you get a 6 to tie it. Oh, you do. All right. So who had priority? Evil guys?
Yeah, evil.
Why don't you go ahead, Kyle?
1, 2, 3.
Oh, a weird roll from Kyle here. It's actually going to go to good. The Witch King loses that fight. Here in the Tall.
6s by 4, right?
Yeah, the Here in the Tall cannot strike because he's technically transfixed after compelled, but the Swan Knight, or the Knight of Dol Amroth, can go for it. 1 attack on a 5.
5 by 3s.
Because he's got a lance. All right, Witch King denied again. He does lose another will, though, for the Will of Evil. If anyone's curious, he has 11 will left. Quite a bit to play with. And this last front to fight on, pretty much just clashing between all the warriors, nothing too significant dying. And we have the Aelmare fight against Raza, Easterlings, Suladan, Amdur. So many characters, but Aelmare is just surrounded by characters. Let's see what Aelmare gets. He's got 3 attacks. He's against 5, no might. Suladan gets a 5 also.
So then Amdur.
Raza's out fighting, right? Isn't Raza?
Raza's in there as well. We're fight 6 there. I forgot Aelmare is only fight 5, so he does lose. He is very trapped. Who's going to take the honors, or wants to try to take the honors?
Raza. Oh no, do you want?
I need to get the might point back.
But if I kill him, do you get the might point back?
No, I think Amdur has to land the kill. Yeah.
Okay.
How many wounds you got left? 2?
3.
He has 3.
He's 0 fate though. Yeah.
So he needs to roll 3 6s.
Well, you could try to lighten him up a little
Do
bit.
you want me to try to do
Let
something?
me do the
with Raza?
warrior. Let me do the knight first.
Okay.
We rolled the 3 Easterlings and the Cataphract off camera. No damage. Aelmare is too tough. Suladan into Aelmare. 2 wounds. Aelmare has 1 wound left, and we're going to try and see if Amdur, the Lord of Blades, can honorably kill him with the last strike. Wow. He actually would have done it on his own. All of that nonsense for nothing. Amdur rolls 3 6s to wound. That does take out Aelmare, and it does give Amdur 1 more might, and that is Aelmare is the 1 character you've killed for...
The one proper character we killed.
Right. That will conclude round 9. We are going to go to round 10. 10 is going to be the last round we play today because we've been playing for a very long time and we kind of decided that this was going to be the cutoff point. So we're going to see how much work we can make happen after 10 rounds of playing the Battle of Pellenor Fields. Let's see the priority rolls, friends. We got Jaden doing it for good. Jaden rolls a 6.
I don't think they can get it.
Oh, that's a good priority.
You automatically win it.
Ooh.
What I get.
A 3. We're going to call a heroic move with Raza and the Witch King, but I assume Forlong the Fat is going to countercall that.
Yeah, with his last point of might.
The Mumak, I can't speak anymore. The Mumak war leader.
Yeah, that one.
He's going to use 1 of his 2 might to call a move. This one's going to use a point to do a march as well, which I think is his last one because he marched early.
What does he have
maybe
left?
not. Gimli is going to countercall the war leader's call. Well, not necessarily, but he will countercall as well. This is it. This is the turn. Everyone's just blowing everything. Heroic move with Theoden as well. And then this Mumak controller is going to call a move as well, just for the sake of moving up. If everyone was able to follow that, we have to roll off to see who gets to do the first one. So would anyone, please anyone, roll a d6. Evil gets it on a 1, 2, or 3. That's the one over there.
Yeah.
Well, let me know what it is.
It's a 6.
Oh, it's good. Now, good luck deciding who does the first one.
Which one do you guys want to do?
Yeah, there's like 14 of them. After some deliberation, we are going to let Forlong the Fat do his move first.
Kyle, man.
And then we, out of everyone on the table, see that courage check.
Okay, he needs 6.
Not that he needs to necessarily pass this. You know what? You get to eat your cake
So
too.
where do we want to do our heroic?
Boom.
Do we want to do
And then he's going to call it with me, and we're going to see what that all ends up looking like. So after Forlong the Fat goes in, quite a bit of other axemen get in there as well as Prince Imrahil over here, and then just a few warriors failed, but nothing of too much significance. This cancels the Witch King's heroic move, and then the forces of evil decided to have the Mumak war leader activate the next move. It killed 1 ghost, and then got stuck on the second one. And he has the upgraded...
So 4 tusks.
He does 4 tusk attacks and just rolled, what, a 2, 2, 3, 1?
It was not worth mentioning.
Okay, fair. Go ahead and resolve Theoden's next. He's the next of significance. You want to do his courage check right away?
Oh, I want to see what he...
Oh, true. Yeah, he's going to reach a lot of stuff. The Mumak, courage on Theoden, king. Oh yeah, and perfect. Boom. Everyone else makes it into. They don't care. They're not afraid of the Mumak. And then Raza's not going to bother with his. He's just going to stay still. He's not going to bother calling with me because he doesn't need it to resolve. Funny enough, this Mumak goes next with its heroic move, and guess what it gets stuck on? Isn't it just a pesky little ghost who took a wound and passed his fate save, and the Mumak stays still? And then from this fight, we go to Gimli's heroic move, because there's no more evil ones, I don't think, after that. So Gimli makes it in with courage. Eladan goes in. Elro here makes it in as well, because this ghost charges that Serpent Rider to get rid of his control zone. Honestly, after that, we're going to do the rest of the good move here, which I'll summarize when it's all done. A couple of more technical things for the good side, mostly just surrounding the Witch King.
Yeah, I want him up close to be able to be charged.
What's this guy here's name again?
Done here?
Done here, Dune here. It's going to stay within range of the objective. We moved the rest of the good forces over here, just getting charged in and trying to stop them and keep them back there. But one Serpent Rider was able to sneak up onto the objective, so it's a contested objective until there's only one model there. And then nothing else really needed to move. Oh, I guess we have more evil. Like this thing can move here. Yeah, for the Grey Company is staying still just so they can shoot at full BS because the War Leader has one wound left. The Witch King, one wound. If they both go down, that's an objective for the forces of good as they tear apart the evil command. Mumak called a heroic march just to get closer to the enemy lines here, and that's where he ends up. Then over here, this annoying herald fighting the Mumak, this Khandish chieftain, the taker of heads, killer of ghosts, is going to go in and try and take out that herald of the king of the dead. Then some technical moves here, just tying up that ranger, and then that leaves this other Khandish mounted warrior to go charge Eladan, a Serpent Rider to charge Elro here, so it's simply Gimli fighting the Mumak, and it puts Gimli in a precarious position if he fails this fight. And then those two Serpent Riders with bows, just lining up shots on Aragorn. They're going to take a negative to hit, but hey, there's going to be a lot of shooting that's going to dictate quite a bit on this round, I suspect. One clarification, this squad with Legolas did move back 3. I wasn't too sure. Tim just got back, though. Now we're on to the very, very special phase. So we got to kill this war leader, the model, not the Mumak. The model must die. The archers can see him, but this Howdah is in the way technically. So it'd just be 5 up, double 5 up in the way checks technically, I suppose.
Hitting on 4s, they didn't move.
So 3 hits, and let's see the initial 5 ups. Ooh, that's 1 pass, and then let's see if it hits him or his Howdah especially. Okay, it does hit his Howdah, and we're not going to worry about wounding the Howdah. Let's see if it hit. So it hit this. It 2 failed in the weight checks, and they hit this Howdah, I guess. See if it hits the Howdah or the model, because it hits this like. One hits the model, and then the Howdah we don't care about. Does it wound on a 6? No, he's okay. And then we have these shots down here. Aragorn was going to call heroic accuracy so that these guys can reroll their in the weight checks. While Tim is organizing this, because they'll have different might values, we're actually going to go down to those 2 Howdahs over there to see if we can take out Dune here. Because if we can shoot off Dune here, then this objective, that'll give majority objectives to evil here. Mumak Howdah 1 shooting 12 shots into Dune here. They ended up getting 7 hits, 3 of them wound. Unless he's like defense 4, then there's 6 wounds. Oh, he's D5, that makes. He's a armor in hero. 3 wounds does pierce Dune here dead. And then that will give this objective to that. Unless that guy somehow dies to some random shot, but I don't see it happening. We do have the option of hero combating back over this way because they all charged. While those guys figure out the other Howdah, Tim's got this figured out.
Okay. So these 5, one of them has a might.
Gotcha.
These 4 do not.
Easy enough. They're hitting on 3s because they didn't move.
Still.
Let's see what we get here. That is a great start. The might guy hits and one guy misses there, and then these are in the ways that are re-rollable 5 ups. So the initial volley, re-roll those 3. This is it. This is the end of the war leader. War leader. Oh, the might guy lands a hit. That's very good. And then we can't hurt. We're not going to worry about the Howdah. We need 6s.
So how many shots do
6s, but the black die needs a 5. We have Legolas and these guys, and 2 of them have might still, but they're hitting on 4s. So the blue dice are the ones with might now, because that's just the numbers work out better that way. 4s to hit.
I think we have 6 or 7 shots.
Okay, 1 hit from both.
Yeah.
You might as well might that one up to a hit. Yeah, it's last turn anyway, so that's 3 hits. 1 guy with might, that's the blue die. Unfortunately, too far away for accuracy, so we're looking for 5s, no rerolls.
This guy can't.
You could might that, because I think you can might in the weight checks.
For sure.
Stat range is no more might left. 2 hits, 6s to kill. Well, 6s to wound him. And then we have Legolas.
It doesn't matter.
Oh my God, no! All right, Legolas. So he's got 2 fate and 1 wound, and Legolas could take him out. It's either one really good shot that you hope he fails 2 fates on, or you try and force the 3 shots with without re-rolling in the weight checks. I think the one shot where he fails 2 fate is in your favor, mathematically. But we're going to do single shot. Hitting on a 2, auto passes in the weight checks. Don't roll a 1. You have no might. It hits. And we automatically pass the in the weight check. We need a 5 to wound him at a strength 3 bow. 5 to wound.
Oh, I saw that.
Oh my god, Legolas. This Howdah, we tried to shoot into this Rider of Rohan to deny it a hero combat over here if it beats the Cataphract or kills the Cataphract. It just everything missed and no wounds. These guys are just all over the place with their consistency. We're going to try and take out Aragorn here with the blue Mumak, hitting on 4s. 6s to wound him. That is going to be a wound. Aragorn has, poison weapon. 1 more 6. Aragorn has 1 wound left. Then the other Howdah is going to try and take out Aragorn. Aragorn has 1 wound, 0 fate left. These hit on 4s. And then some. Oh, we got poisons. 3 poisons. So no 6s. Can he get a 6 on 3 dice? Wow. No. Aragorn lives. All right.
There wasn't that one there as well?
No, I was already.
Do have a few 3 shots lined up here. These guys moved. That one did not. So these guys are hitting on 5s. That's a hit. A 6 roll.
This was a 4.
Oh yeah, let's do the 4 guy. 2 hits from that model and that model.
I think that's it.
6s.
You need 6s.
Rerolling 1s. Oh, there he is. That is Aragorn shot in the side, unable to continue the battle. That's 2 out of the 7 characters. All right, this is it. We're on to fighting. Every single Rohan warrior here, it calls a heroic combat. Amdur, the Lord of Blades, where the heck is that fool?
He's just in here. He's the purple.
God, he hasn't been on a horse for like 10 hours. So he's right there. He's going to call a hero.
He's just walking around.
Just walking around hero combating his way up the board. Eladan and Elro here are going to call combats as well, just to try and help out Gimli on the Mumak, if they clear out those guys. Let's see, Tim, who's doing their combat first?
6s.
Amdur goes first. Amdur, the Lord of Blades, plus his 3 closest homies are going to try and kill that Rider of Rohan. Huzzah, 6. There it is. Amdur needs 5. That guy is dead 4 times over. Kaboom. And then they can move. That one warrior is going to go there, and Amdur is going to go up and around to try and deny this rider the objective. Arrow Wine is going to... It's only good hero combats left. We're going to resolve his first. What's he fighting? 2 Easterlings? One's a captain?
One's a captain with 2 spear supports, and 1 is just regular.
Yep. Darrow Wine, what do you got?
I got that fight die.
Oh, yep.
I got 3 regular boys and a captain. And I have... Oh, that's not very good.
A glorious 4 high. Darrow Wine gets a 6.
Yeah, fight.
All right.
Did charge, so he'd have to...
So Darrow Wine's going to go for the captain first, I suppose. Yep. First strikes on the captain. 4 won't cut it. The second set of strikes on the captain. 5 does? Worse. Defense 7 on the captain.
Yeah.
And the last one is another 5 on
I'll
the
kill the
captain.
captain.
All right. Boom, boom. Easterling captain does finally go down.
Yeah.
Boom. But that doesn't. But no hero combat move. There's still 1
Yeah,
Easterling.
because he didn't kill the other guy.
Yeah. Let's see if Theoden gets a 6 against the Mumak.
Because I'm going to pair off the Royal Guard there into it as well.
Oh, yeah, priority.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I got a 5, I've got Knight.
The Royal Guard.
Guard.
Oh, I got a 6 on the Royal Guard anyways. Let's see if we can stick some wounds.
Yeah, I want to see if I heard it though.
Yeah.
Aiden?
Defense set needs 6s on strength 4.
I'll use Might.
Yep, that's a wound from
The wound.
the king.
And then his friend. No.
No. So 1 wound and 1 courage check. Can you roll 4 and a... Yeah, he's good. He's good. These fights down here don't really matter too much. We're not going to worry about that. We can go to Eladan and Elro here.
Well, if I can win against Amdur, which is probably not going to happen.
Oh, that's right. That's very important to do. That rider versus Amdur.
I have to kill both. Yeah. Which I
He
can't.
could. Oh,
Kill both. No.
you only have 1 attack.
You charge me with
He's got 2
cavalry.
wounds left.
You charge me with cavalry.
He only has 1 attack.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Eladan and Elro here both beat off the riders, or beat them both up. Eladan had to use his might to get the fight though, so Eladan and Elro here have no might left between the 2 of them. I'm so tired. I'm so sorry, everyone. All right, let's see if these 3 amazing heroes can fight off the Mumak. You go ahead first, Tim. You got the fight priority here. Wow.
Fighting 2 hands.
Nice. Gimli's gonna fight 2-handed. Elro here is fighting with 3 attacks. Eladan's got 2. Is he fighting 2-handed?
I think he's fighting 2-handed.
And then 1 random ghost who's on the ground over there.
Yep.
Gimli! He's masterwork. He got a 4 high. Elro here with 3 attacks. 5 high. Eladan's fighting 2-handed, so he doesn't matter. Kind of. Well, he's 1. And then the ghost. The ghost is gonna roll the 6. Ghost! 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 Ghost simply stands up, but the momentum of the ghost standing up really invigorates Elladan and Elro here and Gimli to fight the Mumak.
Oh, man.
Let's see how many wounds you get. So, Gimli is strength 5?
4.
He's only 4?
He's only strength 4.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Gimli needs 5s. Elro here needs 5s, then, or Elladan needs 5s then by default, but so you can do him as well. They're both fighting two-handed. And then Elro here, ooh, 2 wounds. That's kind of cool. Then Elro here fighting with 3 attacks, needs 6s. And the ghost stands up. Oh, 3 5s is painful.
2 courage checks.
2 courage checks.
One failed.
Snake eyes.
So actually fails it. Nice.
Doesn't make sense to do anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. So that means that Mumak would rampage, which is a big deal, but then that's kind of it. Okay. Rolling double ones on there. He's courage 5?
Yeah, he's courage 5.
That's still not enough, isn't it? No.
Yeah.
All right, well, he technically would be able to pass it with 2 will and 1 might because he's courage 5. So that'd be the total there. But again, inconsequential. Just interesting to know that you still would have been able to pass it. Then the poor Witch King fight. Who's that? He's outfought here, isn't he, by Imrahil?
Imrahil's fight 6.
You know what, Kyle? Why don't you just go ahead and set the bar? No, you're not going to set the bar? No. All right, who's going to do it?
You gotta roll yourself.
You want me to roll it?
How about you both roll?
We all roll it.
You all roll 1 die. There you go. Everyone rolls 1 die.
All different so we know.
So Kyle rolls. Oh shoot! Aiming at this one, they choose this one. Kyle rolls a 1.
All right, ready?
Of course he rolls a 1. What the heck? A 5 from Simon and a 3 from John. So 5's the high die.
Simon.
And there are 3 axemen two-handing. Here are all the regular strikes. Oh look, a 6. Imrahil's gonna do the honors. He's strength 5.
4.
4. So that's 1 wound from Imrahil. That's enough to potentially kill the Witch King. Well, there's a bunch of other attacks as well. I want to see if I guess we could. I just want to see if Imrahil did it. Let's. Fails. Uh-oh. And the next one, Kyle, can you do it for us? Oh my God, does he have any might? No, he used it for a move. Oh my God, Imrahil got the kill on the Witch King. Kyle, you pulled it off somehow. That is consistent. You should be proud of consistency.
I quit this game. I'm done.
All Beast is courage 0. Doesn't want to stick around. He's out of here. So that is, I think that's it. I think we end it there, and it is a very unsatisfying win from my perspective because Evil wins the objective game. They control a majority of, they have 3 out of the 4 points on the Pellenor Fields. That is 1 objective point for them. Good still holds the gates of Minas Tirith. That is an objective point for them. Literally nothing else is accomplished in 10 turns.
We killed more heroes.
You did kill more heroes. I'm contemplating giving it to you guys there, but it would be unfair, I think, because I think with 1 more turn they would be pretty nasty. No, what?
Did you kill more, or do you have to kill 4?
You have to kill 4 out of the 7.
I thought you had to kill more.
You have to kill. That's why that single wound on the war leader.
Literally off by 1 wound.
1 wound on the war leader who has not it was like 8. It was like 4 potential wounds. Tim, you really screwed it on this one, man.
36 arrows
So
from heroes.
The Mumak war leader living with 1 single wound was the difference on a win for good or a draw. Currently we have a draw, so like realistically the fight would play out, and I honestly... It is a draw.
No way.
That's what I mean. It's very disappointing. You have a point, they have a point.
Aragorn being dead.
Aragorn is one of the characters, so who's dead for good? Aragorn?
Yep.
And there was 1 more, I think.
Aragorn, Aemir.
And Aelmir died over there. That's 2 out of the 4 they need of the 7 collective characters. Hurin and Prince Imrahil refused to die. They fought the entire game. And then obviously Theoden didn't go down either, which is nice. And then for the side of evil, just that guy left there because they ended up killing the Witch King for 1, Gothmog for 2, and who was the 3rd one?
The king.
The chieftain.
Oh, the Kondish chieftain on the chariot. That's right. Yep, he was the 3rd one who died. If this guy went down, that would have been game for them. We are tidying up now. Guys, this is the end of the video. Please let me know what you thought of it. We have some long drives to get back home. We've been here for 12 hours, but we played 13 hours. We played 10,000 points. 10,000 points of the Middle-earth strategy battle game. The base Pellenor Fields game is only about a 7,500 point game, I think. Maybe 8,000 points. So we increased it by 2K because we felt like it. And we had the models for it. Happy wargaming, everyone. Goodbye. I'm going home. Thank you to every single one of you. Thank you very much for sticking with me through this. It was, thanks, Kyle.
Find my army on eBay.